A sister I never met before broke into my house while I was abroad.
There's a lot going on there.
So, I have 2 elderly parents I don't talk to. They didn't raise me. A lot of my family drama, and I'm the youngest of 8 children.
Wow.
The youngest of 8.
All of whom I don't talk to aside from my sister, who is the closest to me in age. I have been an engineer for 20 plus years, and I've never really put any roots down. I have my own century home.
Century home is a home that you bury underground for 100 days.
Shut up. No, it's not. It's not like that egg. What is it?
Century home is a century egg.
All right.
I think it's probably like, what, mid-century? I don't know, turn of the century? I don't know.
A century home is a residence that is 100 or more years old, typically defined by its historic character, unique architectural details, and in some cases, formal certification. These homes are often cherished for their charm, featuring non-standardized and organic substantial construction.
Imagine
you.
how good a 100-year-old century egg would taste.
Hopefully it's a deviled egg. Yeah, we're stupid. Sorry about that, everyone. I own a century home that I've been restoring in the last 10 years. But it sits vacant for months at a time while I'm abroad. Last year, I took a job in Kuwait and won't be back until next year. The only people that are allowed in my house are my son and my neighbor, both of whom watch over my house for me while I'm gone. By the way, this comes from Bed Lamp Bomber, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/showcase Storytime subreddit. I'm Riley.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, and you're here to share your own advice down in the comments down below. Hope he says, I got a call 3 nights ago from my older sister, whom I've never met.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's 8 kids, right?
8 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want their ages. I want to know.
Yeah. Is it possible?
I don't think I'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
She's going through a messy divorce and wants to move into my house until it's over. With 2 of her kids and her grandkid.
Oh, she's a grandma?
Of course. Come on in.
I mean, I would probably say yes, right?
Really?
Like,
You've never met. This is basically a stranger.
it's like my family.
Sister,
Yeah.
you've never met because you don't have a good relationship with your
I don't
family.
know. I'd probably
Chat, what are we doing?
I would-
ghost.
Well, am I
Ghost?
in the house as well? Like, I'd probably be like, you get a little bit of, I don't know.
You can stay while I'm
He's a
not
stranger.
there. Here's the thing. You stay, do some repairs, do some work, clean my backyard, be
Bro.
gone when I get back.
Oh, come on. Come on. Let's be for real. You think they're going to do that?
Yeah.
Would it be for real? I can't
I
even
don't know this
imagine
person.
myself being a homeowner, much less like, taking international jobs to Kuwait. All I'm saying is, like, if I've got an empty house sitting somewhere and there's people who are literally my direct relatives who are like, I'm going to be homeless, help.
All right.
I'd be like, I'm not even there. Fix it for me a little bit.
Oh, this is golden. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Everybody, type 1 for yes, 2 for no.
I would go with no. I don't know this person. But I would also, like, I don't know, I'd be nice to be like, if I'm not staying in that house, and I haven't been in that house forever, then I would go with 1. It was my house today, and like I live in it, probably not.
So, I said no. Fair. She exploded on me saying I've never tried to be a member of the family and suggest I was the reason my parents split up. Oh,
What?
I probably am, but I really don't care. All these people are foreign to me, like you are in those countries.
Yeah, crazy to be like, oh yeah, you're reaching out to me when you need something. Where were you? I don't know. The rest of my life.
And everyone's saying no. Exactly, freaking Keon.
Also,
Yeah, go do repairs in my backyard. Not gonna happen.
Wiley, hate to break it to you, no ages.
Ooh, well, this will be fun. The sister I do talk to won't talk to me, saying I was heartless, and I got angry phone calls from a lot of family saying much of the same thing. A lot of guys at work agree that I should have opened my home to them. Wow, so people on Dakota's side here. Holy cow, we are split down the middle like a frog hair split 3 ways.
What? All right.
I like that.
Wait, why is everyone else giving you crap? How come they can, use their homes to help house their sister that they talk to?
Well, they're in their homes. See, that's the big distinction for me. If I was in the house, I'd be like, I mean, you can stay for just a little while. But if there's literally no one in the house, I'd be like, yeah, have another place to go before I get back.
I'll give my whole spiel once we get to an update, because there's a lot I have to say here. Fast forward to today. They had drove there and broken a window to gain entry into my home, and my neighbor called me informing me of the situation. They just moved themselves in?
All right, well, now you get to go to jail. That's fun.
That is free housing.
Well, yeah.
There we go.
Free housing, and you don't ever have to take care of your kid again.
Government will. I called the cops and told them I was out of the country and could not return, but would like them to remove them, the sister and all the kids, from the property. And she was arrested for trespassing. I told them I wasn't pressing charges, and I received more angry phone calls saying I shouldn't have said no to begin with and should have never had her arrested. Apparently, most of my family and friends think I am the a-hole. My neighbor is going to board the window, and he said there is a bunch of trash all over the place, and I told him to leave it. See, that's example A. That's what I was afraid of. If they came into your house, they'd just be like a bunch of raccoons and just leave everything out and about.
But it's like they have a kid. I guess that doesn't really force people to not be trash hovel raccoons.
It's just, at this point, I don't care if you're family. If someone messaged me, hey, I'm your long lost whatever, we're blood related, could I live in your apartment or live in your said home because you're not in it right now? I'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
I don't know. And you're calling me now out of my entire life?
Keon, I'm your long lost primo. Let me build your Lego set.
Sure, Riley, why not?
Dang. That's all it takes?
Yeah. Come on, look at us. I look like his cousin.
Keon, I'm your long lost
Prima.
dad. I'm your dad now. Give me the Venator. The Venator needs to be built.
So,
Coffee table first.
the thing is, she has a great job, gets paid quite well, and she should have just paid for a hotel instead of invading my home. I don't really know. My family is my son and my sister. That's all I have. Everyone else is just another person. So am I the a-hole? Sorry, it's probably more complex than what I'm posting. Or maybe it's not. I just really need an opinion outside of my sphere. We have an edit.
But dog,
What dog?
they got mad at you after you didn't press charges?
I think they just got mad because they didn't say yes.
Yeah, you should have pressed charges.
I don't know. I don't think the first time around. Second time around, yeah, because she has a family to take care of. I'm totally against just a random family member of mine who I have no relationship with wanting to live in my house.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm there or not. It's just,
But who
that's
is it?
wild.
But who is it?
The random family member I'm thinking
Yeah.
of.
Like a third cousin?
I'm thinking of like my step uncle.
This would be like if one of your brothers. All these people were raised by the same people.
But again, earlier, she has no good relationship with her elderly parents or his elderly parents, and he has no good relationship with his sister. He only talks to one sister. That's it.
Yeah.
He's
And it's
foreign
just the
to
one
everyone
that's
else.
closest to in age to him. I don't know, dude.
He has no relationship.
I
It's
will
a stranger
say-
at that point. I understand that they have
Off
the same siblings and their family, but still, there's no relationship there.
I don't know you.
Off the rip, I would have said you made a mistake, seeing how they've acted now. Like it's clear they're,
Seeing how they acted,
entitled
I don't know.
pig people.
When you said no, they literally said, you're the reason our parents divorced.
Yeah, like, come on.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
then they trashed the place.
I won't help you after that, but
I'd be like, I don't even know who you are.
Exactly.
fair enough. This is just why I don't own a home, guys.
I thought you were going
I
to
would
say,
let people live in it.
I thought he was going to say, this is why I don't have siblings.
Oh, yeah.
No, the reason I don't have siblings is I ate all of them in the womb. That's why I came out so large.
All right. Well, anyways. All right. So this person posted, am I the a-hole for telling my boss I wasn't invited to the office party?
Oh, that's sad. Well, I have an invite for them.
Yeah?
OP, you're invited to our live show on May 23rd at the Stray Theater.
Wait, what? That's fantastic. Where can I get the tickets?
Well, all you have to do is go to okop.show and get your tickets for $20. And this show is happening May 23rd at 7 p.m. And this is way better than an office party. So come on.
Yeah, just 100%. Come and join us. Edit. I was raised by my grandparents. I don't remember my parents when I was younger, and when they divorced, I was 2. My mom's parents took me in. Why? My sister assumes it is because my dad told my mom at one point no more kids and they had me. That is what my grandparents believed as well. But nobody has ever given me a real reason from the source. And it really isn't important for me to find out. I grew up 2 states away from the nearest relative. I had a great childhood. My grandparents passed away when I was 16. They were in their 90s to give further context. And at the reading of my grandpa's will, they wanted me to finish high school and live with one of their friends who agreed. And the court agreed to. During the reading, I met my mom, one of my brothers who was 18 years my senior year of high school, and my sister who is 4 years.
No.
Oh, 4 years my senior.
Yeah, 18 years my senior. So 18
Older?
18 years older.
Yeah.
OP, don't piss me off with this new technology.
No, this isn't old. You say new technology?
This is old?
That's old.
He said, OP, you about to start pissing me off with this new way to say old stuff.
Yeah, like, what is this? Dakota is 5 years my senior.
Yeah, anyone who writes like that, I'm annoyed.
Well,
18 years my senior.
They
Just
have
say 18 years older than me.
Dakota, they have a century home. This is how they speak.
That's right. You know, I would feel the need to talk however I felt I wanted to talk if I had to dig up an entire home that had been underground for 100 years.
During the reading, I met my mom, one of my brothers who was 18 years older than me, and my sister who is also 4 years older than me. My sister and I talked quite a bit. She was in the Army. I was going into the Army. How we were similar, etc. She was great, and has always been. She's stationed in Hawaii, and is why she couldn't take the older sis in. Other than those two siblings, I have never met any of the others. They were cut out of my grandparents' lives, so there was never a contact with me either. So it sounds like he didn't have a relationship whatsoever with his mom, and only kind of briefly had a relationship with the sister he talks to at 18.
Well, it sounds like there's some kind of grandparents. Like the grandparents were the ones raising.
They raised him. They were both 80 and raised
Everybody?
the baby up until he was 16.
And then so the parents were just like gone.
Yep.
So the reason that you didn't know all these people is they had already been cut off by your grandparents.
The family was already dysfunctional.
Which, yeah, I don't know.
So my mother contested the will because she felt she was entitled to more, being their only daughter, and because the will had been rewritten just 3 years before my grandmother and eventually grandfather passed away. The material objects I was given, family heirlooms, picture, etc., were put into a storage locker and was paid for until I was 18. I was cool with that. I didn't have room. While they were packaging up the estate, my mom asked me if she could take some of the photos as she didn't have many. I agreed. I was a kid and I was dumb. Oh. After a few hours, I noticed my sister, brother, mother were gone, and it was just me and my grandparents' friends. I noticed a year later that a lot of things were missing. All the photo albums, their wedding rings, which were in a scrapbook I couldn't locate, and other miscellaneous items. Oh my gosh.
You let them done do a robbery on you. Yeah, you know what? We needed all this context. I don't like any of these people. Tell them to rocks.
I didn't know who to blame, but I felt awful about it and suspected my mother. A year after I found out about all the missing stuff, I was informed by probate that the executor of the will failed to pay the taxes on my grandparents' house, and it was lost to back taxes, which really upset me, and I blamed my mother because she was the one who contested it to begin with. Oh, dang. So the mother's just actively going after OP.
Yeah, but honestly, I hate the government for that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take your grandparents' house because they didn't pay the back taxes on it. They died.
Yeah, they've been, dude.
Leave them alone. They're in the cold, hard ground. You can ask them for the tax money.
They might have it.
Well, I guess actually with that logic, they do have it, and it's in the possessions that they left to their family. Dang it. Dang it.
Dang, the government beat you, man.
Dang, dude. I ended up on the government side. That's so dumb.
Whoa. How'd you let them do that to you, man?
I don't know. I'm just not going to pay any taxes for the rest of my life.
I tried that.
Good luck.
Hasn't been working out for me. Sorry, what? So I went to the Army. At 19, I had my son, and I was married shortly after. We invited all of my family once more, but only my sister came, the one that is 4 years older and in Hawaii. She was stationed in Germany at the time, so it was pretty great. She told me how she was getting married soon and showed me her ring, which was my grandmother's. Oh, good. Okay.
All right.
I asked her about it. She said our mother said it was a family heirloom. Sure, I could have made a scene, but we become close, and she was so happy, so I said nothing. I told her about the missing stuff last year, and she said it was probably just a mistake, and that she would ask about the rings. And by the way, I ask you to watch more OK Storytime on your favorite audio. You can listen to OK Storytime on your favorite airwaves. Just search up OK Storytime. There we go. Okay, so do we feel okay with the sister having a ring?
I mean, I feel like OP wasn't going to use it, but it was to her.
Well, he's getting married soon.
Okay.
Wouldn't he want to use that for his
I
wife?
just feel okay with never talking to any of these people ever again.
Even
It's
his
just-
sister?
Oh, I mean, except for the one good sister.
It just sounds so messy.
Yeah.
There's 8. You have 7 other siblings whom you don't even really know. You're close with one of them. You had a great childhood thanks to your grandparents. Shout out to them. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so much is happening here.
We are going to live our best life. Take your house, bury it underground again. Leave it underground for another 10 to 15 years, and then dig it back up. And now you've got a century home.
Katie Snipes says, this family sucks.
Yeah.
So let's just press charges.
You should have pressed charges. Whoever broke into your house by destroying your window and then living in there, yeah, those siblings should have been prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
So OP continues, and that's the contact I've had with my family. I've never reached out since I was married forever ago. I've never met my dad. All of my brothers and sisters have really great jobs. Pharmacists, a doctor, a couple of nurses, therapists, but I really don't know them. But they're all self-sufficient from what I'm told. I've also been a little neurotic, so this is how I view the landscape. Black and white. I know that I'm intelligent, but emotions are a landscape which I don't exactly comprehend, and I've never known why. Thus, why I ask you for your reactions. To all of you who are kind, thanks. Don't feel bad for me. I love my life. I just don't always understand some of the things that happen in my life. Thanks, Reddit. This is my last update.
You're welcome. Boom.
Yeah, that is tough, not knowing how to take things. I think it's sweet that your sister still has it. I'd be a little upset. But it's do I want this materialistic thing, or do I want my sister?
Yeah, I don't want either of them. I want to sell the materialistic thing. I want my sister to go away.
The good sister.
This good sister has the ring?
Yes.
It was the
Oh,
one
Then
that
I don't think she's that good, man.
What? Oh, okay.
How'd she get that ring if she's so good?
Her
huh?
mother gave it to her.
Yeah, and what do we know about our mom?
All right.
She is not to be trusted.
Yeah.
But you should have, yeah, if that was your cool sister, you should have said something. I assumed it wasn't the cool sister because he didn't say anything.
Well, he's talking to the sister that's in Germany, and he did say it.
Not to the cool sister.
He was like, should I be upset that she has the ring that my mother
No,
stole from me?
No, I'm saying he should have just told the cool sister, yo, that's my ring.
Well, he didn't want to, like, jeopardize
he didn't want to ruin it.
But that's why it should have been, I'm
But
saying
OP
you should have been like, oh, dude, no, she stole that from me. You can have it, but dang, that's the ring. Now we know where it
Oh,
is. We
like
got the
bring it up that
ring. You found the ring. It's there.
Kim Roberts says, I think he needs to tell the good sister how his mom got the ring. She deserves to know the truth and that it was stolen.
I agree. I mean, I think he
Yeah.
did say, he was like, hey, because it wasn't just one ring. I think it was a lot of rings. It was like a lot of things. It was a lot of family heirlooms, obviously the photos, all this stuff. And he was like, hey, all of this stuff was taken. Could you ask
Yeah.
technically our mom? I'm going to say, could you ask your mom about that? Because what's up with that?
Yeah. Cowbot is God saying, I'm still betting on a fair baby. That's why OP was cut off from everyone. Could be.
Well, I don't know. There's something going on with the parents because everyone was raised by the grandparents.
No.
He was the only one raised by the grandparents.
Oh, he was the
Okay,
only
never
one.
mind. Yeah, he's an affair baby.
It's a guy.
My brother left me with his infant, and his wife had no idea of it.
That is a horrible brother.
I have 4 kids, ages 11, 9, 6, and 5. My brother and his wife recently had their first kid, and we were delighted. Last night, my brother called and asked if I could do him a favor, watch their baby for 7 nights so he can surprise his wife with a trip in a couple of months.
7 nights? How old is this child?
It's a baby. It's their infant.
Well, it depends on, is it less than 6 months or more than 6 months?
Had their first kid, and we were delighted. Last night they called. There doesn't seem like there's a timeline.
Because leaving a toddler with someone for 7 nights, all right. But leaving a kid that's less than 6 months old,
Yeah.
With your
for some
brother?
reason it's hard. That's hard.
that's 24/7 care right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she will be 8 months at the time.
No! 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 Maybe. I don't know. How do we feel about 8 months? How do we feel about 8
I
months?
mean, 8 months, like
You take care of kids.
yeah, my niece is 8 months right now, and I mean, she definitely can't like do anything on her own. Like, she's not like walking or anything like that. But I mean, like, she'll let you know when she's hungry. You just gotta change her diaper, and I don't know, it shouldn't be too bad.
Maybe 2 or 3
but-
nights, but 7 nights?
Yeah, 7 nights is a lot. And especially with, like, them trying to, like, I mean, disrupting the routine, especially when they're really little, is could be traumatic
Yeah.
for them.
Everyone type 1 for yes and 2 for no.
A week for an 8-month-old is too long. Yeah, I agree. I think it is too long. I could see, like, maybe 2 or 3 at the most.
Yeah.
But, because, like, my mom has watched my brother's kids.
Exactly what I said.
So, is it?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
No.
Wow. Anyways.
I have selective hearing, I think. By the way, this comes from a throwaway for AmITheAsshole 1196. And if you just want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
I'm Keon.
And we are here to give some advice goofily. And we wouldn't have it any other way. We're just going to do our little thing, and you do your little thing. And we want to hear all about what your little thing is.
What?
Okay.
Thang. As OP says, he called clearly expecting that I'd say sure, and that would be the end of it. But honestly, I was very hesitant.
Yeah, you have 4 kids, OP. Having
Yeah.
a 5th that doesn't know how to walk?
That's the other. Yeah. The baby has major sleep issues. Sister-in-law posts a lot on social media about it. Ugh. And a week is a long time.
Oh.
Also, I suspect it will actually be 8 nights because he needs to drop the baby at our house 3 hours away. I told him I'd get back to him and he was clearly annoyed. I did not want to do it because honestly, someone else's baby is just different and taking her for a week is daunting. But I did want to help. Finally, I landed in what I thought would be the perfect solution for everyone. I would suck it up for a week of no sleep, and in exchange, my brother agreed to watch my crew for 3 or 4 nights this fall so I could take my husband somewhere to celebrate a milestone birthday.
You know? Okay. Negotiation between siblings. I like this.
Yeah.
I could do that.
It's like, okay, well, if I'm going to take your infant for a week, you're going to take my kids when I want you to, but not for a week.
I like
there's
this
4 of them.
compromise. A week with no sleep. I don't think OP said, but they don't have a job. Do they?
I don't know. They didn't say anything about jobs.
That would go into, I'd have to think about that. But anyway, sorry.
This went over like a lead balloon. He thinks I'm the a-hole because A, I'm mostly a stay-at-home mom and supposedly have time. B, there are 4 of my kids to 1 of his. And C, he and his wife have jobs and they would have to burn vacation days to watch mine. D, our house is too small and they don't want to spend the weekend at mine.
Time out. Bro, come on. You're doing something special for your lady. This is just a trade-off.
Yeah.
4 nights isn't even that bad. They're self-sufficient, 11 through 5.
Our house is too small.
That's crazy. You could watch them at my house. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Calling them
watch
that.
at my house.
Then no. Trade decline. We're not watching that child for 7 nights.
Trade decline.
Yeah. We get Luca, you get Anthony Davis.
That's what it is.
My position, I might have 4 kids, but they are older and so much easier than an infant. They do not need constant supervision and do not stay up half the night screaming.
Yeah, you just throw them a sandwich every 3 to 4 hours and they're good.
That's true. Throw them in front of a TV, gold. Or bring them to a park, have a picnic, boom.
Oh, wow. Pro over here.
I know what kids want.
Give them an iPad.
No kid of mine will have an iPad. Actually, it'll probably all be iPads. We probably won't have anything other than an iPad.
Be Neuralink by then.
Yeah, that's true. We'll Neuralink by then. That's fun. I'd sooner watch 4 big kids for 7 days than an infant for 3, to be honest. I also resent the implication that I have nothing better to do. My brother said he couldn't commit to babysitting at a specific time right now, but asked me to just agree and we'll work it out later because he wanted to tell his wife about the trip. I said no. He said he'd be screwed if I didn't because he already paid for flights. Too good of a deal to wait. That's not my fault. What?
Just accept my proposal, dog.
Yeah.
Not that hard.
Also, being a stay-at-home mom, like, doesn't mean that you're just sitting around, like, just looking at the wall until your kids are home. Like, that's just not what that is. And I know a lot of people think, oh, you just like cook and clean. How hard can it be? Well, when I have 5 people, including my husband, running around the house, getting things dirty, not cleaning up, having to refill all these like different things. Yeah, it gets a little hard to keep up with all of it. So imagine living alone and having to take care of yourself. Now imagine living with 5 other people and also having to take care of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yeah, no, stay-at-home mom is no joke. Hopefully
Yeah.
I can be a stay-at-home dad one day.
My mom has always been a stay-at-home mom.
I'd be so good at it.
Oh, my mom. I think you would be good at it too.
Thanks, man. Dude, last night, 9:30, I cooked and cleaned and had meals ready for the week.
Wow. I need to do that tonight. Yeah.
I was cooking for Angie. I was like, you don't even know what you have right now. Women would die for this.
Honestly, yeah.
What, Keon, when's the last time you've cooked and cleaned?
I cleaned over the weekend.
I said cooked and cleaned.
Been a busy weekend. A lot of birthdays.
Mm-hmm. He always says that. He says he's always up to something.
I am.
Always up to something.
I have birthday tonight. Tomorrow's late. Wednesday, I'm helping John move. I think birthday Friday. Stuff this weekend.
What about Thursday?
Yeah, you didn't say anything about Thursday.
Oh, I can breathe.
Thursday.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can cook a meal. But cooking a meal is like working out. Once you get working out, it's not really a drag. You kind of look forward to it.
No, I enjoy
Heck,
it.
I could go back tonight after my events and cook dinner, and I'd be so happy to do it.
Cooking.
The thing is, I don't want to get groceries because I'm going away next week.
That's true.
Stop it, Kim Roberts. Maybe I should be a stay-home dad. Give me one of your kids for a day, and we'll see if I can podcast and take care of it. Who would give me their kid for a day?
Oh my God, I'll give you the boys.
Oh, yeah?
2 boys that I babysit.
They'd love me.
Could
They're
I give?
9 now, two
kid-
9-year-old.
Could I give myself to you?
No.
They love video games.
You don't want to take care of me for a day? Okay.
I would do a good job at it, but no.
Wow.
No. Anyways.
Anyways, back to this. And his wife desperately needs a break. I suggested he just add the baby as a lap infant and take her too. I've mentioned before we've used agencies for babysitters so we could have an evening or two out on vacation. And he got very pissed and said he knew my refusal is all based on me judging him for not wanting to parent like you. Oh, no, that's actually not at all. The content of this comment is that we moved abroad for a few years when ours were little and had the last 2 overseas. We traveled extensively with the kids from the time they were tiny, but that has nothing to do with my refusal. I'm obviously pro kid-free travel since this is the source of the conflict. It is all about the length of time I'd be watching a young baby with like no actual payback. Why I might be the a-hole. When I texted my group chat, one friend totally agreed with me. One said she understood my side completely, but would probably do it for family if it was her. And the last one hasn't said anything, so I suspect she thinks I'm being mean.
I don't read into that one.
There's an update.
And thank you, everyone that said you would let me watch their kids for a day. Someone said you can watch my 20-year-old and 18-year-old for a day.
Yikes. Have fun with that.
So if this was my brother, I would do it. Why not? If we live kind of closer together, I'd suck it up and do it. But it is a unfair trade. It is an unfair trade, and it makes sense you would say no.
The other thing is that they live 3 hours away. So like when the baby, like it's not like they live right next door, you know, and then they like can go off and they can like go back and forth. Like if they forget something, they'll have to like probably buy it there and whatever. And then also like, what are you going to do when all of the other kids are like, I can't sleep because the baby's all, you know, blah, blah. And then it's a bigger issue than it originally is.
You're asking your sibling for a solid, and then the second they ask you for a solid, you say no.
You give them a liquiid.
I mean, that
was a science joke. A solid, liquid, and a gas.
Yeah, it was kind of liquidy. It was kind of bad.
Actually, give him a gas next time. Just fart in his face.
Anyways, a solid for a solid. That's how it works.
There's an update.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so it has been kind of a weird day. After obsessing all night and coming up with more and more questions, I ended up following up with my brother.
All right.
It quickly became clear how poorly thought out this whole operation was.
It does not sound like this guy thought about it at all.
Yeah. I think definitely brother. I think brother's the a-hole here because like I don't. There's just that is a lot of responsibility, and now you're wanting me to not only watch over my 4 other children that are all like.
Yeah.
You know, they're pretty close in age. What, I think they're like, oldest one's 11.
11 to 5.
Yeah, so 11 to 5. So that's a pretty big range. And then I don't even know if 5-year-old actually does go to school or not, you know? And obviously, if this is in the summer, like, are you taking them to sports? Are you taking them to this and that? Now you just have this baby just to come along with everything. Like, that's a lot. That's asking a lot. Childcare is not easy by any means. Because everyone's freaking different.
And they're always trying to break your heart.
Aww.
Wait, that's adoption. Never mind. Take that back.
Always trying to break your heart like an infant. Okay, he definitely would have needed to drop the baby off the night before they left because it will be a 6-hour round trip. But also his flight doesn't get in until early evening on the day they get back. So who thinks they'd be jumping in the car to get the baby right after? Ha! When I pointed out that he'd actually be leaving her for 9 nights, then he tried to suggest that I should coordinate a visit with her mom, same town, for around then, and he'd get her from there. Yeah, he basically thought maybe I'd deliver the baby to him at the end.
Dude.
That's what I thought too.
You're really not even looking at your sister, what she does for her family, as an important thing. My mother was basically a stay-at-home mom. Well, she helped out with the sawmill and then took care of us kids.
Yeah.
She was running around like crazy. She was the go-to person.
Yeah, same with my mom.
God, so we went from 7 to 9 and you can't watch my kids for 4 effing days. Insane.
Crazy.
Insane.
When I pointed out these things, he started getting defensive and said maybe he'd just ask mom and dad to watch her. That's when I got pissed. Our mom has a health situation that she and my dad are basically pretending isn't happening.
Lovely.
It is absolutely not safe for them to leave the baby with her for that length of time. I told him if he even hinted to my mother that he wanted to do it, I would absolutely call his wife to explain to her why it isn't safe. I have a story about this of one of my own from before we realized how things were progressing, and I'm not sure if he'd told her. After this, I guess he decided to reveal what he had in mind, at which point he got in trouble with her for booking without talking to her, but for an additional reason that I didn't even know about.
Well, seems like you got good flight deals and you're now trying to make this trip happen without planning correctly.
Yeah. So
Keon, what would you do in this situation? Would you book the flights or would you check with your sister first before booking?
Always check. You always check. You know me, Riley. I quadruple check. I have to make sure. That's insane. You don't just assume.
yeah, especially with a trip that's like that you now have an infant, like 8 months, so like almost out of infant stage, but like you can't just leave them and go live your life. You can't do that because now you have a responsibility.
And why can't you take the baby with you? It's like a lap dog.
Yeah,
Take it out to pee. Actually, you don't even have to take it out to pee. It has something there. You should change it once
it
in a while.
has
Did
something
you just
there.
refer to an infant to a lap dog?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right.
If you don't want to look at it, you just put it in one of those bags.
This is the guy who said he'll take care of your kids, everybody.
Lap dog.
I had a professional babysitter say that was fine.
Lap dog.
Until you called it a lap dog.
A lap dog, I mean, honestly, like babies, they kind of are. It's not like you're like, they just kind of sit around and they don't do anything. They don't like.
Dude, if I had to take care of an
eat.
8-month-old, I would do phenomenal.
Oh, an 8-month-old? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I can't really like. I've never seen you with a child.
Really?
Where's a child that I've
I
seen
have
you
2
with?
kid brothers.
I'm right here. I'm right,
Right here.
I'm right here.
Me.
I know. I don't volunteer with the youth much. I'd like to have a little basketball team. That'd be fun.
Coach
Oh my
Riley.
gosh.
Oh my gosh, you should look up.
should?
Yeah.
Instead of you
the
playing
boys-
basketball, you should just start coaching it.
No, yeah, I'll coach the little guys. That'd be
Yeah.
so fun.
Are you kidding me?
I've thought about it.
You should. They're
Yeah.
always looking for people.
Coach like a little rec league, like a little YMCA.
Yeah, rec league
honestly.
at like City Hall or something. Like
Yeah. City Hall. They got a basketball court at City Hall.
my City Hall, they did.
All the parents would be like, why are you doing that?
Why am I doing this? Just the Lord put it in my heart.
The Lord put it in my heart. All right, so apparently she has a huge project at work she's stressed about, and this trip would be right at crunch time before it's due. Okay, so
Guess who didn't put any thought into it? OP. No, OP's brother. Sorry, damn it, that didn't work.
ding it.
Yeah, bro, come on. Sorry, what?
You were so close.
Oh, but dude, what are you thinking, dog?
Yeah, it's like I don't. So
He just got a
That wouldn't
good
have
deal.
worked.
He just got a good deal and he's trying to make it work. That's
Yeah.
really what it is.
no, it truly is. He's like, oh, it'll be fun. We don't have to worry about anything. Oh, you have a big project? When?
It'll be fun.
You can do it on the plane.
Yeah.
Just zoom from the plane.
The plane's already zooming. Might as well
Double zoom.
double zoom.
She is currently still feeding, but planning to stop soon because pumping is awful and the baby just wants to feed all night long when they are back together. So that part probably wasn't an issue. I found all this out when she called because she wanted to apologize for the situation because she thinks this was a ridiculously huge ask and is embarrassed that my brother did that. We ended up having a lovely chat.
There we go. Queen's getting it together. That's what I like to see.
By the way, I would like to see you listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search OK Storytime. Oh, why did I say breast feeling?
I don't know. That's what I would like to know. Yeah, this is just a scenario of a dad. He doesn't even seem like he's that connected to the whole.
It just seems like he's like, oh, it's time to take a trip. We had a baby. Now it's time to do fun things. And it's like, well, no, we have a baby. Now it's time to take care of the baby.
Mom talking to mom. I like it.
Mom talking to mom.
I'm at that stage in life where I can just have a conversation with an adult, and it's great, and I enjoy it. I had one today with an adult.
What do you consider an adult? What, like 40?
No.
Okay.
Like,
well, I don't know.
Anyone that actually has responsibilities.
So like anyone over the age of 21?
Like someone that's like, you know, they got kids to take care
Would
of.
you consider me an adult?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, you're getting there, but you're a young adult.
I am a young adult. I should be.
But an adult is like, I have a job, I have kids, take care of other humans other than me. I don't even consider myself an adult.
So
I'm getting there.
If people never have kids, are they never an adult?
No, they are an adult. It's like they're not like I'm not like singling out like single people that aren't married or anything, but it's more like it's hard to explain. I know some people know what I'm talking about.
Corporate
and if you know what I'm
job.
talking about, please help defend me here. But once I have a dog, I feel like I'd be like a part of the adult community. Right now, I'm a young adult, and I'm trying to contribute, but I'm not really there yet.
Does that mean I'm not an adult? Am I an adult?
No, I've heard some people say that so 30s is your 20s, but you have money. How fun! I can't wait to have money and do things. Right? No one else?
Maybe.
Okay.
You
Ask Dakota.
Might have. Yeah. Dakota's 30. I think he has money.
I think he has money. I don't know. Anyway, the trip isn't happening.
Whoa!
My husband wins because my brother apparently tried to suggest he just go solo since he can't miss work at that particular time. She shut that down hard because she is going to be working long hours for her project and can't be single parenting on top of it. This guy really just sucks.
What kind of
He's like, all right, I'm just going to go. Bye.
What kind of trip did you get, and what kind of deal was it? Because he really wants to go that bad.
I know. He's like, dude, I got these like crazy tickets to Vegas. We gotta go. $60 each. Let's go. Plus the $5 billion we spend at the casino. But it's Vegas, baby. Let's do it. Like, I don't understand. You have an infant, which means you don't get to do things now. Yay. While I'm still pissed that I don't think my brother values my time at all, in general, I think he just made a stupid impulsive decision and figured he could sort the details later. He used to do that sort of thing all the time when he was younger, but maybe it is sinking in now that these things take more planning when you have a kid. I'm going to have a hard time getting over the comment he made about getting our mom to do it, but he insists he wouldn't really have asked. Oh, and that's the end.
Holy cow. Well, he seems like he cleared the air and figured out what was actually about to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this guy, I think he was just really stupid. I think he's just like, oh, like, I don't know, kids aren't that hard. We could just have our family help out and dump the child there.
My wife does that. She does a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, they don't know. They don't know. See? My 30s were awesome.
Let's go.
That's why they call it the dirty 30s.
Dirty 30s.
You were going to have so many dirty 30s, Keon.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay, what I was trying to say earlier about adults
What?
is you can still be like single in your 30s. You're like having to contribute to a cause bigger than yourself. I guess that's what I see as a proper adult, if that makes sense. Like
Okay.
if I'm single in my 30s and I don't have a wife or kids, but like I'm a part of like a church community or like, I don't know, like a volunteer thing, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm like contributing something bigger than myself. And if you're not, that's okay. That's just how I grew up looking at adults. And that is my definition of it. And you can't take that away from me.
I don't think
That's
I'll
his
ever grow
boundary.
up. I don't think I'll always be me.
We're good. That you do you, Rock.
Am I an adult?
I just want to be able to, I think I'll consider myself an adult when I have like enough like financial stability that I could just be like, oh, I'm going to give to like this high school. I'm going to give to like this charity.
High school?
A high school?
High schools don't have a lot of money.
Oh, well, true. You're very sweet, Savannah.
Thank you.
My stepfather's family excluded me my whole childhood, and I've had enough.
Time for you to be excluded, Daddy.
I'm a female, and I am 16, close to 17. My mother had me when she was 17, and I've never had my birth dad in my life for the whole 16 to nearly 17 years of my life, ever since I can remember. And and it's just been my stepdad. For personal reasons, I'll call him Mark. And by the way, this comes from Alicia 3007. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Riley.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to be funny and goofy. And what are they supposed to do, Savannah?
They're supposed to listen and watch and then give their opinion. And then we're going to give our opinion and be like, loo, 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 and you'll be like, ha, la, 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 la.
Exactly. So he's been my only ideal father figure in my life. And I've called him dad for 15 and a half years. I will continue to call him dad, as he and I have a good father-daughter relationship, even after he and my mom had my half-brother. He made sure I didn't feel left out in the family. Giving Rob vibes.
Rob?
Oh, you probably don't remember that story, do you, Dakota?
Rob what?
Rob was a really
Rob
great
Lowe.
stepfather and took care of, this is another story. So another story, Rob was a great stepfather, took care of OP. OP was having a wedding. He paid for everything. 5 to 3 months right before she was getting married, her bio dad came into her life, and she decided to have her bio dad walk her down the aisle beside of Rob. And Rob took care of her and was like, it's
I think I
fine,
do
everything.
remember Rob.
Yeah.
I think I remember Rob.
This is Rob vibes. So he made sure I didn't feel left out of my family. But Mark's mother and sister have always made me feel like an outsider.
Wait, who's Mark? Is that the stepdad, or she just threw that name in there?
It was said earlier.
Is that the bio dad or the stepdad?
That's the stepdad.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
She said, I'm going to call him Mark.
Oh, she's gonna go. Okay.
So we got Mark, and then now Mark's mother and sister has always made OP feel like an outsider.
Okay.
Yes. So
Got it.
I know I would be an outsider to them in the beginning, but with Mark being my stepdad for 15 and a half years, I thought they'd count me in his family, which, at a certain point, you should be. But they haven't. They've gone from body shaming me to not even bothering to get me a Christmas or birthday card or gift, while they get them for my half-brother, stepdad, and mom. Oh, bro. Dude, Mark, you got to say something. This is Dakota, this is something Mark has to say, right?
Mark, you made a mistake.
Mark, you made a mistake.
Around this time of year is when my stepdad's mom does a Christmas dinner and gift exchange. I did go, even when I knew they'd make me watch everyone open cards and gifts, and they all joked about it. Now that I'm older, I think they do it because I'm not blood. For around 4 months, I've been missing family gatherings and barbecues because I'm not going to go and get disrespected and insulted for either eating, being on my phone, being too happy, or helping out.
Wow.
Bro, what even is this?
Sounds like you can't win with these people. Get away from them, OP.
They thought I was just being an ungrateful teen until they invited me, my stepdad, and my half-brother, and my mother to Christmas gift and dinner exchange. I said I wasn't going. She asked my stepdad to pass the phone to me. I put her on speaker so my mother and stepdad could hear what she was saying to me. She insulted me straight away, saying something about my weight with the line, "You're most likely going to eat everything."
Yeah. I'd be like, okay, bye. Like, why do you want me to come? Just so you, can bully me? I don't understand. Don't talk about my weight. Big mistake. I love her. Look at her. Look at her with her bag. She's so cute. Look at her. And her hat and her high heels.
Oh,
Look
that
at
is
those
cute.
stilettos.
Did you draw that?
No, I wish.
Who drew that?
I don't know.
Oh,
She just exists.
That's been a meme since I was in 8th grade.
I had no clue.
Big mistake.
Big mistake, Riley.
Big mistake.
Big mistake.
Yikes. Growing up, my grandma would always tell me and my brother to keep eating, but she never would to my girl cousin. And I think I know why, because if you're growing up oh, make sure you keep eating. For the boys, it's good. We can always keep eating, but it might come across disrespectful saying that to a girl.
Yeah. My friend said the one time, he was like, oh yeah, he was talking about these people coming over, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, but you know, Savannah, she eats. And I was like, what does that mean? What do you mean? And he was like, well, yeah, you just eat. And I was like, well, yeah, if there's food, I'm eating. I don't know. Am I not supposed to? Why did it make me feel bad?
Being known as an eater. Angie eats a lot.
I like to eat. I love eating. Are you
Me
kidding
too.
me?
Dakota, you an eater? Get home, eat. Go to sleep, eat.
Wake up, eat.
I'm always thinking about my next meal.
Take a shower, eat.
When she said that, something inside of me snapped, and I kind of went off on her, saying something along the lines of, "Why the heck are you commenting on my weight when you're 10 times the size of me?
Oh no.
Why are you making me feel like I don't belong when I'm around like you? You treat me like I'm a nobody. So the reason I don't want to come is because you don't like the idea about Mark bringing me up like his own daughter when I'm a stranger's child. Do yourself a favor and don't talk to me unless you grow up."
Wow. That's, I mean, good. She should have said that in the first place because these people are horrible to her for no reason
The weight
at all.
thing? You're
They've
10
been-
times bigger
They've
than
been
me?
throwing weight in her face for years. So forgive me if I say one thing when you've mentioned it every single time I've been over.
Dakota, do you feel like this is too far?
It's not far enough.
Oh my, of course you would say that.
It's not far enough.
Okay, all right. So OP says, I hung up and passed the phone back. My mother was laughing, as she had gone through something similar to what I have. But it was only because she kept me when my birth dad didn't want me. My stepdad was surprised, but he knew I was right. And he said I wouldn't have to apologize. Bro, W's in the chat for Mark.
Mark.
Add this to the how to stepdad. Add this how to step parent 101 right here.
Mark.
This is beautiful.
I like Mark.
I do understand I shouldn't have said that in that way, but I was done with taking their poop for so many years. I just couldn't take it anymore. Just like Elvis Presley.
What does that mean?
He had so much poop stocked up in his body, he couldn't take it anymore.
No.
Aw.
No.
I thought you were referencing like one of his songs, and I was like, I'm trying to think of things. Couldn't think of it.
No, it's just that the amount of drugs his body couldn't handle the fecal matter inside of him. He had like 2 million calories of backlog.
He did?
That's
Something like that.
a lot of backlog. That's
Yeah,
a lot of log.
Look it up.
That is a lot of log.
Yeah. No, Riley.
How much Dookie
Chris
was
Cameron says,
inside
nope,
Elvis?
not too far. If that person comments constantly on me eating, they will cop a mouthful. And Cam Roberts says, no, he should have put a stop of it years ago. I agree. What do you got?
Wait. According to autopsy insights shared by his physician, Elvis Presley suffered from severe chronic constipation due to a condition called megacolon.
Megacolon.
The autopsy revealed his colon was 5 to 6 inches in diameter when the normal is 2 to 3 and 9 feet long. Normal is 4 or 5 feet, which
Whoa.
was severely impacted with stool.
So how much stool backlog did he
The
have?
weight was not publicly disclosed. It was significant and had been accumulating for months.
Months.
Megacolon is crazy.
The constipation was so severe that it contributed to drastic weight fluctuations, with his doctor noting he could appear 20 pounds lighter after a good, healthy bowel movement. Holy crap.
20 pounds.
Yep.
He has 20 pounds of poop in him.
Fecal matter.
Because he's got megacolon.
Megacolon.
Yeah. Because they kept fucking him up because that's the only way they could keep him going and have his Vegas residency. Is that crazy?
Wow. Hollywood does.
Vegas.
Yeah.
All right, so
Stink.
I've cut full contact and have been staying at my aunt's house, my mother's younger sister, as they've been going to my stepdad's and mother's house to talk to me and make me apologize. But I haven't been there. Am I wrong? We have an update? No, you're not wrong, OP.
No. Don't think so at all.
How you doing over there?
Great. I'm not going to show you because I'm almost done with this.
Oh, God.
What do you mean?
She's probably making megacolon
You're not going to
Elvis
show
right now.
us.
No, I'm not.
Show
making
us.
I'm not making megacolon.
Show us.
It's a surprise for later.
Yeah, just let me do
No,
it.
show us now, please, please,
I'm
please,
not
please.
done with it.
Please show
Not
us now,
done.
please.
We gotta let her.
I
We
have
gotta
to-
let the artist work.
Yeah, let me
Sorry,
eat.
I was just trying to gaslight her. I was going to be like, why would you do that?
I know, and I immediately felt bad. You
Oh, it works.
so
So-
stupid head.
I'm sorry.
We have an update, real quick. Dakota, is OP in the wrong?
Yes.
You think so?
What?
For all this, you think
should
OP's
have
in the
gone.
wrong?
You should have gone harder.
Oh, you
You
didn't
should
go
have
far enough.
scorched more earth.
Yeah, I think someone's gonna have to say something, and you did. So good. I'm glad you did. Update. It's the day after Christmas. And since I said that to Mark's side of the family, I've had messages from different numbers and calls telling me to apologize.
Wow.
I kept my ground and refused to apologize. And I'm glad I went to my aunt's, as most of them were going to my parents' house to force me to apologize. One even went as far as saying, if she doesn't apologize, I'll make her apologize myself.
What does that even mean? Why are you threatening me now? I mean, what is happening? Why are they so rude for nothing?
So I'm glad I'm staying at my aunt's house, as they don't know where she lives nor care about my mom's side. My mom has called me to say she's sorry for not seeing this and asked me to come home. But I've also said no to her because I don't want to be harassed by them. If they keep doing it, I will be contacting the police.
Wow.
They also pushed the birthday exchange onto my birthday, which I don't mind because the only person that will go would be Mark. I messaged him to say, you can go to your mom's thing and take my brother's name as it'll be nice. I'm most likely going to stay at aunt's house anyway. He seemed to not like that message and continued to call me ungrateful and a witch, which I do not like.
Wait, this is Mark saying that.
Who called him that?
Mark.
No, I think...
She said Mark.
Oh, no.
Oh, what?
Who is she talking about here? Is she talking about that random person?
Well, I can show you my thing now.
All right, let's get Savannah's notes.
All right,
wait.
real quick. Savannah's notes, go for it.
Okay. So I drew this whale. Oh yeah, because she called her called her fat. She's also not blood. And then we have like OP, blah blah blah, all this actual information. Oh, here's body shaming. Oh, here's Mark with a heart because he's the good guy, and here's Mega Colon. Look at him.
He's got a little hat.
Zoom in on him.
That's a
Mega Colon. He has like he has a bowler hat and a cane. I feel like that's Mega Colon right there.
That guy looks like he's full of shit. Mega colon.
That's what I have. Stepdad is real daddy. Mark. The mom and sis make her feel like an outsider. Bio dad is not in the picture. Mom had OP at 17, and OP is 16, female, going on 17.
Okay, so I don't know who called her ungrateful and a witch, but we're going to keep going.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have anything else, Dakota?
I'm looking right now.
I was just
it looks like just like the family.
I thought, because the only other person she mentioned before this was Mark, and then said that.
But I don't think it's Mark.
I don't think it is either.
Maybe it's Mark and
Anyways, we're not clear on who said that. The most probable person could be whoever said, I'm going to make her apologize, but we don't know who said this.
Yeah.
She wasn't very clear. I understood I should be home for my birthday to spend it with them, but I don't want to go home and have Mark's family all over and force me to apologize when I no longer feel sorry. I'm much happier at my aunt's house, and I have all my stuff there. I feel free, comfortable, and welcome into her family with her fiance and 3 kids. Me and the oldest kids, who are younger than me, are like sisters as we have always grown up together. I also agreed with lots of you saying that my parents are in the wrong as well as Mark's side of the family. So I guess Mark did say that to her.
Yeah, that was Marky. That was Marky Mark.
Oh, dang it.
Dang.
L Mark. But
I was really rooting for him.
I was too, but he also let this go on for so many years.
Well, now his heart is X through.
Little broken heart.
Look what you do to us, Mark. All they do is break hearts.
So should OP stay or should she go back home?
No,
1 for stay, 2 for home.
She should stay. If she feels comfortable there and these people are nice to her, then she should stay. Why would she go home to all of this like drama that has nothing to do with her, and then she's just in constant like frustration, anxiety, anger, whatever. It's just like take care of yourself. And I think that she's choosing herself, which I agree, because like she shouldn't have to choose anyone else. No one else really has been there for her.
Yeah.
So like screw you guys. Why would I take your side?
Update 2.
That's my take.
I
Okay.
stayed at my aunt's until the first week of February, as Mark's mom had found out my aunt's address and knocked.
Wow.
This is crazy. When I saw it was her, because my aunt was at work and her cousins were at school, I ignored the door. She waited over an hour until I gave up and went outside and told her if she kept waiting, she would see a police car turning up. Waited over an hour for an apology?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'd be like, I could maybe wait a good 15 minutes and then forget why I'm there and then be like, okay, I'm bored. I'm going somewhere else.
Golly, she said that I should apologize for the way I'd spoken to her. I said, I'm sorry, you're a self-centered witch.
Ooh, got her.
Another one.
Another. Keep them coming.
You keep coming
'em
back
coming.
for more. I'm going to give it to you. Everyone, keep thinking of other things we can say to this woman. I was surprised I said that, but I didn't feel bad because this whole situation she made about herself and not about how the way she treated me and made me feel. The whole time I was at my aunt's, my mom and Mark asked when I was coming home. I said I didn't know because I wasn't ready to, especially now that Mark's mom knows where my aunt's house is. Because who told her that?
Yeah, Mark.
Oh no, is Mark...
Mark? I don't know. But
is Mark a mama's boy? Oh.
I don't know. He's not doing himself any favors now, that's for sure. Getting on my bad side, Mark. I already crossed your name out. There it is. Mark. See ya. I also wrote a toot. And then this witch's hat.
Nice. Dang.
Is she a witch?
A week later, Mark's sister came, and I just had enough. Why is
Okay.
this apology means so much to this family, huh?
Yeah. It's crazy. People can hold on to that crap. It is so annoyed.
I called the police and told them everything, showing messages and threats they had sent me. They said I could press charges or give them a warning. And if they continued, then I could press charges. Which one are we doing? We pressing charges or are we going to give them a warning?
I don't know. I'd give a warning just so they know.
What about you, Dakota?
Charges.
Yeah, charges at this point.
Give them the charges.
I'd be like, listen, one last chance before I take your butts to court.
I said to give them a warning as I know they don't count me as family. But to Mark, they are, and I considered Mark's feelings. You are a saint, Opie. After that, I'd been left alone for a couple of weeks. And toward the beginning of February, I did go home. Not even a week later, Mark's mom came by, banging on the door, asking why I had gotten the police involved. I have a doorbell that has a video and audio.
You can say it. We literally did a thing with.
You did. I didn't.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
funny.
you got beef.
I do have beef with this company.
Beef.
I have a video and audio doorbell, so I managed to get the whole conversation and kept it on my phone on an app. I said to her, if she comes near me again, threatening me to apologize, I'll press charges.
Yeah, at that point I would have. Because you've given them so many chances, and they're just like not stopping. Like, what do you do? It's like, okay, I'm telling you to stop, you're not stopping, so now I have to get legal involved here. Legal.
You could have chose to be a better person.
Yeah, you could have just literally just not.
You're not.
But you decided to do that. You decided to waste all your energy on this. And guess what? It's all gonna go to nothing because now I'm gonna own your house.
Oh, we're going for the house?
I'm taking the house.
That's crazy.
My house.
Ming Ming says, bet Mark knew all these and just didn't do anything because he secretly doesn't like OP.
Oh, I hope not.
Shellbell, no free sponsors. That's right. Even if we read ads for him, no free sponsors.
But that means it wasn't free.
Well, they get it. They get their own slot of time. They don't get all the time. That's how it works.
Fair enough.
If I mess with this company, if I effed with this company like that, I would say it. But I just
couldn't do it for him.
So give us another lump sum.
That's right. If you want me to say it on a live stream,
Cough it up. Cough it up.
send us 2 more.
Send us 2 more.
So I managed to get through to the rest of February without any more family drama. Wow. And February is the shortest month of the year. Congrats.
So she did it for 28 days.
Then March came around with nothing happening until the end of March. This month, April, is Mark's mom's birthday, and the holidays are based around her birthday. Aha! Lovely. Like everything else. I came up with the idea to go away from Wednesday to Monday because Mark has days off and it's the holiday, so it would be nice to go for a bit. My mom booked it and it was all paid for. All right, let's go.
Nice.
After we told the family we were going away, Mark's mom's reaction was not too happy.
Yeah.
As we go away around her birthday, or we are away, which I don't know. We don't know why she's mad. By the way, we'll be mad at you if you don't go to your favorite podcast platform and search up OK Storytime, because we got more stories just like this. We got a little bit left here. Man, don't we just love these crazy moms?
I hate how there's so much drama over absolutely nothing. Like, you are the ones who started this, and then the moment I, stand up for myself, you're like, oh, how dare she? How dare she call us out on what we've been doing to her for years? Like, oh, how dare she? And it's like, you guys are such bullies. You don't even know. You're so like in your little like warped reality that you just don't even know what real is. So like, I don't even expect any honesty to come out of your mouths at all.
Dakota, would you consider this mother, this crazy grandmother,
I think she's showing some signs.
I
All right,
would.
Me personally, I just think she goes hard.
I think she goes hard.
Would you? Can you expound a little bit more on that, please?
There's nothing else to say. I just think she goes hard
On what?
on herself. Because she's self-absorbed.
Cause she's what?
Because she's self-absorbed, you know.
Oh, God.
So she's always hard about herself.
Okay, I thought I was taking that a really bad way.
I know, because I also thought that, and I was like, how do I fix this? I didn't want it to sound. As soon as I said it, I'm like, that's exactly what that sounded like. I didn't want it to sound like that.
Man, well,
She's going hard on. No one wants grandma to go hard on herself.
she makes good money on the streets. That's what I thought you were saying.
Oh,
Grandma.
she hits the corner.
She hits the corner hard.
Grandma.
Grandma.
Anyways.
Fishnets, fur boots, grandma.
Boots with the fur, grandma.
Ooh.
You.
Because we all checked the calendar and it didn't say anything for the 21st. She claims I did it on purpose. But I didn't. This month is also my mom's mother's birthday and the anniversary of her passing. We go away to that place every year for a day or two. And I thought it'd be nice to go because we could lay flowers and spend time as a family. It's a hard time for us, especially me and my mom. And my half-brother has no memory of her because she passed when he was 3. Mark said he didn't really mind. I reached out to Mark's mom to say sorry. I told her I didn't know it was around her birthday, as it was the only time during this holiday that Mark had off and my half-brother didn't have school. My mom and Mark booked it together, so Mark could have remembered too. I also explained to her that the main reason we are mostly going away is because of Nan's passing anniversary. Her ashes are near the beach, and we lay flowers there and sit for a while, remembering memories. That is so sweet, and she did apologize for a different thing. Joe P, it's very nice of you.
Yeah, I couldn't be me. I'd be like, screw these people. I'm not apologizing for anything.
Wow.
Grandma classic.
Yeah. We all know one, don't we?
I don't know one.
Know a classic grandma?
Support your local street grandma.
Sweet grandma.
We all know one.
Sweet grandma. Ooh.
No, we don't.
We don't? All right.
No,
well,
we do
don't.
not.
some of us know one.
I don't.
Who's
But this
I
is
don't
crazy.
know.
I'm very disappointed in Mark. He didn't stop this way back when. If my mom was talking to my stepkid like this, that I consider a daughter,
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's the fact that, like, you know that this is happening, but it doesn't involve you, so you're not going to get involved. I feel like that's the mentality here. Which, that's me to a T. Honestly. I'm not, like, I hate that happens, but, like, I don't know. If it were my daughter, though, or, like, someone I considered a daughter, yeah, I'm going to stick up for them. Like, I mean, same, like, you know, like, people would, like, my sister, I would, like, tell her something about, like, the twins or whatever, blah, 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 and she'd be like, oh, my God, they're such brats. And I'd be like, they're actually, like, great kids. Like, they are bratty, obviously, but, like, they are so fun. Like, I would always stand up for them. But also, I was like,
maternal instincts.
is it maternal instincts? Is that what that is?
I'm just throwing something out there.
Maternal instincts.
Did you ever get maternal instincts for those kids?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. There was a time where one was getting bullied. I wanted to go to that school and, like, watch.
What?
And
Dude.
I wanted and watch the kid, like, watch him in the act.
Oh,
He was
like,
doing it.
right. And then.
Stop it.
And
Yeah.
like, I wanted to, and they, like, wouldn't talk about it. They were like, it's okay, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. They just didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, no, we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, that's like my biggest fear. I'm
What?
sure you wouldn't. You would always want to raise a kid that knows that it's okay to fight back.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
dude,
Sydney was bullied for years.
yeah.
She has so many problems from it, but she, like, literally would have to, like, sit by herself, like,
Bro,
because
crazy.
she would have to have lunch and recess with the guidance counselor
Aw.
at my school. Yeah.
Yeah,
for,
and did
like,
your parents say, like, don't fight back?
No, my mom was like, these people will be done.
That's the biggest lie that has ever been sold in the new age is that, like, you shouldn't fight back against your bullies.
Yeah,
Dude,
no, you really
my
should.
mom said she'd get me McDonald's if I ever punched my bully in the nose.
Yeah, that's exactly what you should do to a bully.
My mom used to stand up for her younger brother. She was like, she would always, that's when they got paddled.
Oh, boy.
So she said, oh, she was in the principal's office every other day because, like, her brother would get, like, bullied at school, and she'd go up and she'd just be like, don't,
Yeah.
like, beat him up, and she'd be in the office every other day. But, like, they would stop, you know, so.
Yeah,
That would be one of my biggest fears.
What
is,
technique
like,
are you
my
giving
kid is
them?
getting
technique.
bullied.
What technique do you give the children?
They're gonna learn how to punch right,
Yeah.
and it's nose. My mom said, "Don't punch them in the mouth because I do not want to pay for dental. You can punch them in the nose." So I was like, "All right, cool."
My aunt is leaving everything to a stranger, so I hid some of it.
Why is she doing that?
I, 40 female, am the only daughter in a brood.
Brood? What's a
In
brood?
a brood.
These are all bug people.
In a brood.
I'm a broodling.
Bug people.
Maybe that's their family name, their family crest, family brood.
Good point.
The Brood family. I used to love that show on
I don't
That's
know
amazing.
I don't know what that means.
The Brood family.
My aunt is my father's only sibling. It wasn't until after my paternal grandparents had passed away that my aunt revealed to my father that she had gotten pregnant in college at 19 and had given the baby up for adoption. She had been an out sapphic since grad school.
Oh, wow.
Longer than I'd been alive. She and her late wife never pursued having kids together. This comes from Forgot My Psst 313. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
I'm Dakota.
And we are here to give some good advice, goofly. But we don't have all the answers, or do we? We're here to give some good advice. Whether you like it or not, we're going to do it. And you're going to sit here and you're going to listen and maybe make some comments. And we're going to all laugh about it and have a really good time. Okay? As OP says.
Tell me more about this estranged cousin.
Though she told my father, the whole matter was still a secret until my cousin contacted her on his 35th birthday. He is my cousin. Period. That said, he has his adoptive parents' name, not my aunt's and mine.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She gave you up.
Through no fault of his own, he never met my grandparents. My cousin and his son, little cousin, visit my aunt 1 to 2 times a year and communicate a bit on social media. Cousin has never once celebrated a holiday with the larger, our last name family.
Well,
This makes sense.
don't blame him.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. He doesn't know you people. And I don't think knew.
And his mom couldn't take care of him, so he probably has some, emotions towards that.
1 wedding, 0 funerals. My aunt has spent some holidays with him, but only when she flew to him and stayed with his family as a guest. My aunt told my dad that she wants to leave it all to cousin and little cousin. A will was only made when I pointed out that legally they are not family and inheritance will not be automatic under the law and could be problematic tax-wise without a will.
No. Oh, P, you're not looking good right now.
Yeah, that last comment got me thinking.
Dude, kids had it rough. We should be a little bit more lenient towards the will talk. But if it's just for tax purposes, okay, maybe we'll hear you out.
Maybe.
But the cousin should get something. All right, anyways, you don't think so? You don't think the cousin should get anything? You're you're wild. You're crazy, bro.
Nah, give them a little something.
There we go. I like that attitude.
I do not care about any money, etc. my aunt may have. I care big time about my paternal grandma's jewelry. Grandma's will was generic except in the matter of her jewelry. She gave a matching set that were her favorites to me, and she left the rest specifically to my aunt, her only daughter. One piece she expressed a non-legally binding wish to have reset to match my set after my aunt's passing, implying it was to pass to me.
OP is so hungry for all of this stuff.
I don't care about the money, but the jewelry. The jewelry has a sentimental value, though.
So the jewelry's worth money.
You think so?
I just made jewelry over the weekend. It was great.
Okay, anyways. You think so?
I do.
So you still believe
Yeah,
it's
she's
about
got
money.
a bunch of old jewelry. That's old money. That's
That is
good
very
money.
old money. Yeah.
Okay,
OP wants the money.
So OP gets the jewelry then. It seems sentimental.
I mean, and it seems like there's...
I think you get exactly what's in the will, and then
Yeah.
anything else outside of that, you're stretching.
Yeah, it's true. She didn't leave jewelry to my brothers or my dad or even her daughter-in-laws. When the dementia got bad, I started to put all the jewelry that my aunt wasn't keeping with her in the memory care ward, and that was explicitly my grandmother's, not a separate purchase by my aunt, into a safety deposit box in the same town my aunt lives in my name, my aunt's name, and my brother's name. He's the only one who lives in the town in case of emergency.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine. So it's the stuff. So she really wants her jewelry, and she left it to her, like some of it. The other one, she's like, well, I'm just gonna take this, which I would also probably do
Yeah.
if like no one's taking it. Yeah, I want it.
Fair.
Okay, well,
What?
to be clear,
What?
she's not just taking because she wants it right now. It's like under the pretext of like, yeah, she's getting worse with the dementia. She's got these valuables. We're going to take them and put them in a safety deposit
Yeah.
box.
Kind of hide them away.
Not just so that we can take them all for ourselves, but so that they're somewhere safe where she can't, like, I don't know, throw them in the trash or give them away.
Yeah, and it's under the aunt's name too, which I think is a nice touch.
Yes. Yeah. So Aunt has access to it.
Yeah.
Important to note that my nuclear family does all caretaking of my aunt's estate, as well as physical help with personal care. Not my cousins. My dad got pissed.
Dude, leave the cousins out of it because they're going through it right now, all right? I don't know. So the cousin says something bad, but I don't know. I feel for the cousin. Anyway, sorry.
Everything is to go to cousin. He's her son. It's his inheritance. She was his grandmother. Cousin literally had two other women he referred to as grandma and calls my grandmother your grandmom, not my grandmom. Plus, grandma was heck. To be fair, I would be much more open to sharing if little cousin was a girl or even a boy who was interested in jewelry, but nope. So am I justified in saying that pieces owned by my older foremothers and or my grandmother and explicitly passed down to only her women descendants should remain with women, aka me?
OP, you're pissing me off with this
Yeah.
foremother crap. Just say ancestors.
Yeah.
Don't be pissing me off with this new terminology.
Yeah.
Oh, but Dakota's about to be like, my foremothers has been around for centuries.
The foremother has been around for centuries.
Shut up! It's a new one.
I've never heard foremother.
Foremother?
I've
like
only heard
mother.
3,000 mothers.
So am I justified in saying that pieces owned by my older foremothers and or my grandmother and explicitly passed down to only her woman descendants should remain with women, aka me? So it should go like woman is what she's saying.
Lineage, shut up, OP. It's look,
I get it. Wait, but
we get it.
There's a little bit more here.
but just the way that you're going like the women and then you just bald-faced, aka me. You just want the jewelry. It's okay. Just say that, please. This is not a principled stance. You want jewelry.
I see where OP's coming from. Anyways, I'll get into it in a second.
Or is my great-grandmother and later grandmother's wedding ring solely my aunt's asset and it should go to who she wishes it to go to and I'm just a selfish a-hole? And there's an update.
Okay, here's my thing.
Yeah, go on. All I heard was 7 years ago.
So here's what we want here.
Zoom in.
OP wants the jewelry, and here's everything else. I
Yeah.
believe you could probably talk to the cousin, explain this to them. Hey, I'm a woman. She was my grandmother. It's really important that we keep this within the lineage. Could I keep the jewelry? And for the same amount of things value-wise, you get to keep everything else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if grandma had some money or cars, you can have that. But I would like to keep the jewelry within my family.
Yeah,
Does that seems pretty fair if you have a conversation, but if you're not having a conversation about it, you're looking like the a-hole here, OP.
I agree with the conversation. You need to have a conversation about it because you're the one who wants all of this. And if you just do it without anyone knowing, it's going to cause way more drama. And it's not going to be good. So I agree that it does need to be a conversation.
I mean, Bless, so I'm curious what the rest of the assets would be. if the jewelry only costs $10K, but everything else is $50K, and she just wants the jewelry. That's what I also would like to know.
Yeah.
I think the principle of what you're saying of it's like, the conversation and having that.
We want to know
that's
if
what she is typing out, like, but then every once in a while it just peeks through where it's like, and at the end of the day, that means it's mine.
Yeah.
That means I'm going to get it at the end of the day.
And it makes sense. OP has a sense of entitlement to it because that's how it's always gone in her tradition of family.
Yeah.
We can't excuse this cousin because they're strange. We have to take in consideration their point of view, even though we don't really have a relationship with them. Don't dismiss that.
I mean, I would like. Does the cousin want the jewelry, or they're just like saying, "Oh, like here you go." Like,
I think she has no idea going into this. This is her mindset and her plan and her strategy. We have no idea what the cousin's thinking.
okay.
And also another thing we have to keep in mind. It goes. Sorry, I have to write this down. Sorry.
Dun, 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 dun,
So it goes like this. This is really bad, but it goes grandma up here, and then it goes down to aunt and father, and then it goes down to OP and cuz. So we still have a layer we have to go through. But she's planning, okay, once this layer is out, what's happening next? That's what OP's planning for.
Yeah.
Which you're kind of thinking a little too far ahead.
The grandma's already passed, is she not?
She is passed,
Yeah.
so it's going to the father and the aunt, but she's thinking two wills, not just one.
Oh,
That's where I'm
okay.
also having like, oh, you're playing chess here, and I don't like that.
Yeah, really, the solution here is just, what does the will say? Let's do that.
And if grandma's sexist, that means it's probably in favor of you, honestly, OP.
There you go. There's an update. To clarify, I wasn't trying to hide anything when I did it. We were putting my grandma's belongings that weren't staying with her in the memory care ward in storage where she could access them but where they were safe, including high-value items in safety deposit boxes. I didn't plot to hide creating a separate one for the jewelry. My dad found out because I was doing it in front of him on the assumption, but you and me.
Because that's what happens when you assume
Makes
you
sense.
make a butt out of you and me.
That everyone understood that the jewelry for my grandma should be separated from the other jewelry and financial docs as an organizational thing. My cousins were invited repeatedly to be involved in the process of helping my aunt transition into care. Wait, so her aunt is... Oh, wait, her...
Yeah, something just changed here.
We were talking about grandmother. She already passed. I guess the aunt is now in critical care.
But the memory care was exactly what
she mentioned
Grandma
before.
was in.
Yeah. So now maybe it is?
I'm looking back through
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna look back. We are on top of it in this story. We haven't really been on top of the context recently, but we are on top of the context now because this OP may have not mentioned it, but in the other story, but grandmother passed away. Heirlooms got passed down. Now the aunt is not doing very well.
Yeah.
And because OP's 40, so I'm guessing the aunt's probably around 65, 70.
Yeah.
So the aunt might not, I don't know. That's also young not to be doing well.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. Dakota's going to figure it out. He's on it.
Well, I'm going to keep going. They were asked to be involved, blah, 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 helping my aunt transition into care and going through her belongings to throw away trash, donate, or sell Craigslist stuff like a literal shipping pallet of unopened herbal tea. Dementia people. So...
That was from the grandma
Yeah.
if she had dementia young.
And clean, then store the rest.
Okay, here we go. Chrissy Cameron cleared it up for us. Yes, that earlier, grandma passed. Aunt is now critically unwell.
Okay.
So now OP's thinking what's going to happen to the aunt, all the jewelry, and her will. Got it.
They declined because little cousin is starting college and they were busy. My attitude is if you decline to be a part of the process, you lose some say in how it happens. After reading a few comments that were like, I get where you're coming from, but I finally did the obvious thing and reached out to cousin about this specifically. I phrased it as we have a few pieces of high value jewelry in aunt's estate, some she bought over the years, and I have stories for some of those and will type up index cards for you if I do. Some were from my grandmother and I have the history on all of them and will document. The aunt had
Okay, so now this is
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
this is the situation we're in. Grandma had jewelry, aunt has jewelry. Grandma passed all of her jewelry down to her only daughter, aunt.
Yeah.
OP wants some of that jewelry.
And aunt has said that she is gonna give her some, but not
Matching sets.
Yes, matching
but not all
sets,
of it.
but not like all of it. Yeah.
And OP wants all of it. Is that what you were going to say, Dakota?
And aunt wants the cousin to have some of it.
Yeah.
The
is that
long
it?
lost
Yeah, that was
estranged
what I was gonna
cousin
say.
that she goes and visits us sometimes.
We got it. We figured it out. We did it.
All right, people on Facebook, please don't be mad at us.
Or be mad at us.
You know, yeah, I don't really care anymore.
Be mad at us, dog. What are you going to do about it?
We're gonna get more comments. Great.
Okay. Oy, oy, oy. All right. So the aunt that generically said she wanted everything she owned to go to you, but that some of the pieces might require discussion when the time came. One of the pieces, Grandma left a note saying a now deceased local jeweler said he would reset the stones to match the set she left me, but that could wait until Aunt was through with the bracelet, which was not the same as saying give it to me, but implied it and was said repeatedly by Grandma before passing in front of many cousins who will have feelings.
So she's saying she has witnesses of Grandma saying this.
Okay. Also, Aunt's wedding ring and a McCoy sculpture piece were family heirlooms in her wife's family, given by them as an explicit sign of acceptance of their marriage at a time before marriage equality, and they had made inquiries about getting them back. Technically, since they did get legally married when it was possible and Alice didn't have a will. Who's Alice? Is that the aunt?
I think so, dude.
I think so.
OP, stop.
I know, I'm like trying and then it just keeps going downhill. Sorry, everyone.
It's really the narrator, not us, guys.
Okay. And Alice didn't have a will. The ring and sculpture belonged to Aunt as part of everything. Oh, okay. So
Or
maybe
is Alice the
is the grandma.
grandmother?
Oh my God, we don't know.
Eee.
We're trying. Okay, I would say the grandma.
All right, Alice's grandmother. We have confirmed it.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Grandma's wedding ring hadn't been cleaned since her passing 21 years ago. Ew. I was going to get it cleaned, and did he want me to set it aside separately for little cousin? He was extremely uncomfortable and said that he doesn't, I quote, want your grandmom's things, and my mom is already saving her wedding ring for when little cousin gets married, so we don't really need one. I don't have aunt-in-law's family's info. Can you handle that? Okay, so who's asking this then?
OP is not doing a great job of explaining. Also, it would have been great to know that grandmother passed away 20 freaking years ago. I thought this happened like last week. Didn't you, Dakota?
Yeah.
Oh, Alice was Aunt's wife. Okay.
Got it. All right, thank you. There's a lot of moving pieces here.
He asked if he should tell my aunt all this, and I asked him to please not because she's easily confused right now. I reminded him to get a lawyer's info because the will still hasn't come together, and it might not be possible now that my aunt is clinically demented, and that my dad will insist on passing any money that hasn't been spent on her care to cousin, which I support. It's going to be a nightmare. I can already tell my dad's going to expect them to come get all her stuff out of storage and want to go over every item, and cousin is going to be unenthused. I may be the a-hole. I'm just trying to balance the wishes of one passed away person, the wishes of a future passed away person, and the feelings of those who will remain behind.
And this kind of seems insensitive too, because the aunt is passing away actively or going in a worse spot, and you're worried about the jewelry.
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten a hint of you being like, hey, aunt, are you doing all right?
Yeah, how are you doing today? Like, I visit her all the time. I bring her stuff and da-da-da, but it's more just like...
Or like I ask Alice how the aunt's,
Yeah. It's more like it's just, yeah.
We're almost done with this story, right? Okay.
It's almost done.
We're getting there, folk.
Character limit kind of cuts out stuff like nobody writing a dang will while they are healthy and stable and waiting too long. Write your wills, people. Jesus freaking Christ. By the way, I want you to write us into your will while you listen to full episodes of stories. While you listen to full episodes of stories just like this, go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search up OK Storytime. All right, we are almost freaking done. There's a second update. We're going for it.
Let's get it.
Update 2.
Let's get it.
Oh. I thought you sneezed. I was like... Yeah, it was weird. Okay.
Really?
I had to cut for character count the original post, which included extended cousin drama and how deeply cousin do not give a frick about all of this and has made efforts to avoid legal entanglements with my aunt, including refusing to be her POA.
What? Oh God, what is this?
Is
what is
person
this?
of assistance?
Yeah, look at you
Wait,
go. I think so. It's something like that. Yeah.
Can we just call it
Pwa! Refusing to be her Pwa!
Person of assistance. Also, I'm just going to assume a strange cousin has a very thin relationship with his mother.
Yeah, and does not care at all.
Because they only see each other 1 or 2 times a year. Like,
Yeah.
I think
like,
Makes sense when she gave him up at a young age,
Yeah.
you know.
The cuts pushed 5 sentences into one paragraph that states a new will was made. To be completely accurate, no one thought to make a new will until I pushed. I was told a will would be made. I assumed for 2 months it was made or was in the process of being written. It never happened. I find that out to my horror last week. My aunt may live 15 plus more years, even with cognitive decline, but the situation is only going to get worse.
Oh, power of attorney. Thank you, Amber Lance. POA means power of attorney.
Quoi? It's not person of assistance.
I mean, a power of attorney technically is kind of a person of assistance if you break it down, but
Yeah, if you do break it down.
yeah.
OP, I don't want the money. I don't care about the money. When she said
Yeah.
high value jewelry, that's when she lost me.
Yeah. She definitely knows what it's worth, whether she wants to actually like wear it, keep it in the family, or like sell it and get money, whatever situation she's in. But all I know is that throughout this whole process, I don't know who else is like involved in all of this, but it seems like she's the only one that kind of cares about it,
Yeah.
but really just about what she's getting out of it, not about like the whole thing. Like she's gonna say, no, we need to like, what is she gonna give to this person? And what is she gonna give that? Or, where does this go? Where's that? It's more like, well, the jewelry's mine.
Julie Arm has a good point. Alice's and the aunt isn't smart enough to understand people visiting. So,
I mean, if she's fully mentally compromised, like, she can't really make a normal will for herself at this point. But
let's have GPT do it.
I just,
Honestly.
this could be, I mean, there's no way for us to know because we don't know this person, but it's like, this could very easily be somebody just trying to get ahead of everyone in the family fighting each other over this stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, we need to get it sorted out. It's not that I need it or want the money. It's just that, like, we need to figure out where this stuff is going to go so
Yeah.
it doesn't implode when this happens.
They're actively thinking ahead. Yeah. But yeah, dude, that's a good point. It could be that she's getting ahead of it before it turns into a bad situation. I am interested. What do you guys think? Is OP getting ahead of it before it turns into a bad situation? Or is OP trying to get everything she can out of it?
I think, well, go ahead.
No, I mean, I just, this whole story was very confusing, but I think all in all, OP just wants the jewelry. Like, that's all she wants. And so I don't know what she's going to do if she doesn't get it, but also she can't get all of it because the aunt has it.
Yeah.
So you got to wait till she's done.
Mm-hmm.
But she also doesn't have a will. So it's like, what
I
are we doing?
I
And
just
she can't write a will
personally
now
think-
because now she's not cognitively there.
Yeah. What
So
do you think, Dakota?
I personally think
ChatGPT.
if OP was really just a greed monster out for themselves, I don't think they would have gone to Reddit. I think they would have just stolen all the jewelry from their aunt with dementia and called it a day. I just think they wouldn't have been like, I need to ask. They would have been like, oh, my aunt has dementia. I'm taking all this stuff she won't even remember. Why? I have no need to post this on the internet because there's no debating. I'm taking this. So I don't know,
It is weird.
Well, that's the end of that story and the end of this episode.
Yes.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We freaking love you guys. And
And
see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave yet. We have some bonus stories that we think you'll enjoy. So stick around because you're already here. So just keep the video going. Just keep it playing. All right. Come on. My mother pressured me to give my car to my sister. Then she sold it?
Why would you do such a thing? Why?
I've been watching a lot of OK Storytime on YouTube and have been reminded a lot about some things my mom has said to me throughout the years and also done. Little backstory. I'm currently 29 and happily married. My wife's job has afforded me the ability to have good health care, including counseling for mental issues. We have been planning on having kids soon. A few years ago, I thought it would be a good idea to sort myself out. By the way, this comes from Deleted on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So I've been doing really good with it and organizing a lot of my past. I always thought things weren't that bad for me, and I had a good family and good life. But while sorting through the memories, my therapist and I have definitely identified trauma, mostly by my mother.
It is hard. Like, I've done therapy before where it's like, sometimes you're not ready to hear stuff and you don't want to hear it. And then it's like, after you digest it a little bit, you're like, that is right.
To put it simply, my younger sister is her favorite. I'm not sure if it's because she never wanted a boy or because she sees all men as evil. It's a little ironic because I grew up without religion and her dad had always said I would go to heck because I'm not baptized. But she sees my gender as an original sin of sorts. Kind of effed up. So about 6 years ago, I just graduated college and had my car repossessed since I was out of a job. My grandmother, mom's mom, had given me $2,000 to buy myself a car, partly as a graduation gift and partly because I really needed help. Since my wife was in school and hadn't actually started working yet, she's a military officer, I was trying to pay my own bills with no steady work and a degree that was useless. My dad, who has really had a rough time of it, causing a lot of my family's financial hardships, put his godlike skills at buying and selling cars into helping me find a decent junker I could use. Since he didn't work, he spent a lot of time with me teaching me a lot of his trade, so I research cars, negotiate, and come away paying a good price for something that steers and stops. I ended up buying a 98 Honda Accord for about $800, a great deal from the $12,000 asking price. It had a broken windshield and the radio was missing out of it. Not to mention the door handle was broken on the driver's side, so it was difficult to open. It turned out to be a great car. The engine and transmission were solid, and I invested the rest of my $2,000 for my grandma to fix the windshield, buy a new stereo, and buy a new handle. After a week of tinkering, I was super proud of this little trooper of a car for what it was, and I loved it. So we fixed it up. He could probably resell that car for $2,000.
I was going to say, though, I hope you didn't spend all that $2,000 on those restorations. You did not need to spend $2,000 on the windshield, the radio, and the door not opening. Just let you know.
Fast forward or so, I got married. My wife had bought a car for herself after graduation, and we were going to be stationed out east while she went for a master's degree. I was excited to get out of my hometown, and now realize I was more excited to get away from my mother. Ooh. My mom was going to miss me, but she was excited for me until I told her I was planning to bring my car out east with me. My sister lived with my parents at the time and had no car, but she did have a job and often got rides from me, my parents, or her friends. My mom and dad shared a vehicle, but my dad didn't work, so their transportation situation wasn't the worst. My mom didn't share the sentiment and started in on the hints they could use my car. The city we were moving to would make 2 cars redundant and inconvenient. My car wouldn't make it out there anyway. All her standard manipulative moves to convince me what she wanted was the right thing and my sister needed a car for work.
Mind manipulation.
And I don't know if he saw it at that point, the manipulation and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it was probably post-event that he realized this.
For a while, I pondered if it was a am I the a-hole kind of story, but just wait until the end. One day during one of the shuffle where I had to pick up my mom and my sister at the same time because my dad was running errands, they cornered me in their driveway. Mom, your sister needs your car and you have no use for it. I get that, but it's my car. I could use the money from selling it.
I can't get to work without a car, and without you helping us, I'll get fired.
Why not buy my car? I'll sell it to you for what I bought it for. It's worth way more than that now.
That's not fair to us. We don't have that kind of money to spend. We need your help.
It went on like this, each of them getting more frantic and not listening to my logic. I tried to defend myself and brought out how I'd been able to buy a car when I was 16 using my own money. I pointed out that if my sister saved rather than spent her money, $800 wouldn't be that hard to come up with. They both got offended at the mere suggestion, and both of them started to cry. Again, I wasn't very experienced with manipulation at the time, so it didn't come across as obvious that they were using appeals to emotion to sway me.
I feel that, brother. You can low-key get me with that pretty easy. That's why I'd be really scared to have a kid, because a kid could get away with anything, bro. If the kid just, learned how to make me feel bad for it, oh my God, bro, that kid could get anything, dude. The fact that OP offered that car for $800 should be an automatic non-issue.
No, that should be, oh, thank you, of course.
I don't want to say as anyone with a job, you should be able to afford that because it's everyone has their own financial burdens or whatever. But $800 for an automobile is 100% doable for someone who's trying to just to save a little money.
Even, sister, hey, I can afford that. Could I pay you $50, $100 a month? for this.
Right, exactly.
He'd probably say yes.
We just helped my cousin get a car, and that was literally the deal. Because we will help you with this. You will pay it back at X amount of dollars per month. And she was like, yes. And now she has a car, and she's paying it back. You get the car? Great. You get to learn how to pay money back? Double great.
Fantastic. After about an hour-long argument and them screaming at me, I relented. I told them my sister could have the car, and I gave her the title the next day. As the years passed, I figured, what the heck? It's my sister, and I love her, so why not help them out? It's not like I really needed the money anyway, since my wife makes more than enough. I even helped my sister with some repairs when I came to visit. I changed out the crappy aftermarket wheels with steel ones from the junkyard. I fixed the AC, blower motor, changed her CV axles. That car was a good little trooper, and it stayed in the family, so whatever.
I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch. Really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp.
That is until about a year ago. She called me one day and told me she sold it for $2,000 and turned around to buy herself a new car.
The red flag. Big old red flag. Your family is manipulating you into trying to make their lives easier.
That is insane. Consideration for your brother that helped you out?
No, of course not. He's a tool that they use to get what they want.
I will sponsor another creator. There's this guy called, I think his name's Caleb, and he does financial audits for couples and like people. Caleb Hammer. There's this one episode coming out right now where basically the kids are saving money to give to the parents because the parents want the kids to think that they should invest in their parents so they have to pay rent and stuff like that. And he just goes off on them. He's like, that's not what kids are there for. You're supposed to invest in them. And he just goes off on them. And it feels like that right now, that they use one of their kids for money. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's a very, very stinky thing to do.
I told her good job, that she flipped it for a great profit, but I couldn't help but feel mad about it. After a while of processing the feelings, I realized why I was pissed. She had taken the charity I had given her, the hard work I put in to keep it driving and to fix it up. She had sold it, making 100% profit on it and using that money for herself. I never got a dime. It's like I threw that $2,000 from my grandmother away. Like I took it and set it fire 6 years ago. And only now do I realize that this has been going on for years with my mom and sister.
Well, now you see the light. Once you see the light, that's the hardest part, is seeing the truth when you've had the wool over your eyes for so long.
So bright out here. Holy cow. I didn't realize how bad this was. So many effed up memories from childhood, all of which revolved around me having something and it being taken away because my mom didn't know how to properly communicate or just wanted to make it fair for my sister, who's always lived the easy life. And yet, she's the one who has self-diagnosed depression and anxiety. I love them both. It makes it easier that I don't live near them now. We got to edit.
I can confidently say if I had my first car baby, I didn't really have like a first car that was like my baby that I put like a bunch of work into or anything. But with this context, and given everything I was told where it's like, we need this car or she's getting fired or we're going to, whatever, blah, 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 blah. As soon as the car gets sold, first I'm pressing the issue. I'm not going, congratulations, sister. I'm going, do you have something else lined up? The car that you said that you absolutely needed, you just sold it. So what's going on? And then as soon as I find out, oh no, I don't know. I just wanted to make the money. Gone. You're not getting a thing from me ever again. Like, especially if that was like grandma's car in a way where it's like grandma's money is what paid for the car. And then you just give it away. You and me are done professionally.
Oh my gosh.
And this was the moment where he realized, like, oh, I've been abused like this my whole life. I've just been, like, made out to be a tool.
Edit. First off, it's really escalated quickly I've never had a post get so much attention. Thank you for all your support and insight. Blah, 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 blah. It's probably hyperbolic to say I was forced to give my car to my sister. It's more like I felt forced because of a lot of family history. My family has always been blown apart since my father's family are from a foreign country. But my mom's family has always had a really unhealthy relationships. She doesn't talk to her sister and only started talking to my grandmother after I finished high school. I have deep-seated fear for my children to grow up the way I did with family problems and people not speaking to one another. So because of this, I feel like I have to say yes to my mother to prevent history from repeating itself. Also, a few of you asked about my father, so I'd figure I'd give some more info. He's a very good salesman, like really good. Many, many years of experience and made our family very wealthy through elementary school and junior high. But then financial troubles came in, partly self-inflicted by my dad, but partly because of the housing bubble crash in '08. He spiraled into depression after moving away from us to find better work and developed a substance abuse habit. This drained any savings they had because his only thought was getting more substances to chase away the pain. Plus his mother, again, who lived overseas, developed Alzheimer's. And this made things worse for him. But your day could get better than this if you search up OK Storytime on your favorite podcast platforms. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen, and search up OK Storytime for your day to get better. So that kind of explains his thought process whenever he was younger and more vulnerable with his mom and sister. I don't think he did anything wrong. Like, he shouldn't have gave the car away. They cornered him.
And this is it reads like a story where it's like, I've seen the light now. And it's like, this is a story from before I saw the light. It's like, this is the story that made me see the light.
But left of this story, he has been recovering for a long while and even got back into the business after he got clean. But a series of crappy dealership owners have destroyed what little confidence he had left. The way I see it, after making my mom have a comfy life for so many years where she didn't work at all, he deserves the retirement he ruined. Don't get me wrong, he's not a saint, but he's the only one that cheered for me or tried to make things truly fair between my sister and me. In a way, he's the only parent I truly love, so I probably make excuses for him. That's the end of that story.
I was very aware there where it's like, I probably know where my excuses are coming from here.
Yeah, years of therapy to get to this point.
Dude, that's crazy. I wonder how many families went through a similar thing like that. That seems like a really strange portrait of like families like post economic crash in 2008, and then it's like right at the same time with like the everything going on with like opiates and stuff and like that. How many people had like a thriving life where it was like, I'm crushing it in the housing market and like all this stuff, housing bubble pops, now all of a sudden I have a injury or something and now I'm hooked on the little round boys.
I had family members that dealt with that, and it was a very interesting life to live with them, not really understanding what they were going through.
And from the very beginning, the Sacklers deserve to be penniless, and all of their money needs to go to the victims of the drug that they said was going to basically fix every problem in the world in terms of pain management, and like that it wasn't addictive and all this stuff. It's like they deserve the 8th circle.
But that's the end of that story.
My father sued my sister after selling her a failing business.
That's why you don't mix family and business.
So, a bit of backstory. My parents got divorced 33 years ago. Oh, and at that time, they both owned several houses. When they separated their assets, my mother got the home she lives in now, and my father got the home he lives in now, but he tried to still take the home she lives in by not paying the mortgage payments and not telling her he hadn't paid the mortgage.
Stinky!
Moving in silence, but this guy is not a G. This guy is a S because he stinks. By the way, this comes from user Lisa Skadell, and you can submit your stories on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, had it not been for my godfather loaning my mom the money to get the payments up to date, my father would have put my mother and his 3 kids out on the street. Fast forward 28 years later, my father owned his own business, and he was looking for someone to buy it, and so my sister offered to buy it from him. They agreed on price and signed the contract. Now, here's the rub. The business was actually a business that was losing customers because it is a flailing industry, and my father never told my sister that. My sister is one of the hardest workers I know, and she put everything she had into this business, and nothing she was doing was working. And that wasn't because she wasn't doing the right thing. It was because the business in and of itself was a dying medium for that industry. During the course of all of this, after my father had finally retired, they got into an argument about a financial matter in dealing with the company, and my father was completely disrespectful in the way he handled it towards my sister. He did that in front of her employees. My sister stopped talking to him at that point, and over the next couple of months, despite my sister's extensive hard work, the company went under, and my sister had to close the business after it had been open for 38 years. My sister was devastated by this because not only did she put all of her hard work, her blood, sweat, and tears into it, but also put all of her financial resources, which meant that she was financially devastated as well. Dude, and the dad's just like letting this happen. So, clearly because the business closed, my sister could not continue to pay my dad's payment she was paying him for his business. Then she found out that the business had already been on a downward spiral, and in fact, my father had taken money out of his own account to put into the business because he knew it was dying when he sold it to her. He literally scammed his own daughter in the sale, for lack of a better way of saying it. Because she stopped paying him, he decided that he was going to sue her in court with a judge and everything. Now, for context, a few years before all of this happened, my mom had gotten sick and gone to the hospital, and at the time I lived across the country, and my brother lived across the country as well, and the only one who lived in the same state was my sister. My mother was afraid that if something happened to her, we wouldn't get the house, so she put the house in my sister's name since my sister lived the closest. The house was still in my mother's name as well, but my sister's name was added to it. After my mom got out of the hospital, she never got around to changing it. So when my father started threatening to sue, my sister went through her assets and realized that my mother's house was still in her name and switched it back over to just my mother's name. In our state, however, we have a law that if you think someone fraudulently switches the asset out of their name in order to avoid being sued for it, you can sue them for that asset still. And it's up to them to prove that it wasn't fraudulently transferred. I swear, if the dad gets away with some legal effery here, I'm gonna be mad.
If he has a good enough lawyer, he could do that.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, now you're transferring the house out of your name so that I can't sue you for those assets. And it's like, well, first of all, they're not mine.
And the sister's doing everything out of her good heart.
A lot of lawyers got to be psychos because it's like, how could you represent that guy? How could you represent, yeah, I'm trying to sue the house out from under my family that I abandoned, and I also sold them a poison pill business that failed.
Dude, it's all about this, man.
It's all about the do-re-mi. So, when my father decided to sue my sister, he added my mother's house onto the lawsuit as one of the things he wanted. He didn't sue my sister for the house that she owns in her name with her husband in a whole nother city. She sued her for a house she hasn't lived in over 25 years and a house that she has not put any money into ever in her life. Now, when he first filed the suit, I thought he was just trying to force my sister to talk to him because I couldn't imagine any parent, let alone my parents, actually suing their child. But he actually went through with it. He initially told me that he was suing for my mother's house because the lawyer told him he had to sue for all of her assets. And since my mother's house had been in her name, he had to sue for that as well as her house. But then I found out he wasn't suing her for her house. He was suing her only for my mother's house. He's still mad that he didn't get my mom's house 33 years ago when they got a divorce. So mad that he lost in that case that he decided to go after her house the first chance he got. And this was it, 33 years later. What a just pathetic, sad little man.
Having that much resentment, impeccable.
The even more messed up thing is that when I found out he was going after my mother's house, I myself told him, if you go through with this lawsuit and you win my mother's house, you will take her house away from her. I will never forgive you. I will never talk to you again, and you will lose me. And losing me will also mean you lose your grandchild, your only grandchild. So you need to think about whether or not it is still worth it to you. And he still went through with it. Of course he did, girl. He doesn't care about you guys. What do you mean?
You guys were only made in the purpose of somehow getting that house back.
He was like, oh, you're going to remove yourself? I won't have to hear you ever again? Nice. You should have said that earlier. I would have sued you way faster. Crazy. He still went through with it knowing that he would not only lose my sister, but me as well. He filed this lawsuit 5 years ago, and they just got through going to court So for the last 5 years, he's forced his daughter, his princess, his baby girl, to suffer under the weight of knowing that her father A, screwed her over, and B, was putting money before her, and C, apparently felt no real remorse or sadness to hurting his own child emotionally, mentally, and financially. The worst part is he didn't just teach her that, he taught all 3 of his kids with this one act. He did all of this because he thinks that even though he got everything in the divorce, with the exception of primary custody of us kids and the one house, that he is entitled to take my mom's house after 33 years of her living there.
We're going to get back to the story, but Sam, you have a copious amount of something.
What, John?
X's.
I have like 4 or 5 or 6.
I heard of 6 with a 0
All
behind
right,
it.
that 60 number, comes from somewhere else.
Where does that come from?
It comes from our OK Storytime membership.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Join a club almost as exclusive as Sam's X is. Well, let's get back to the story.
Putting all of her time and energy into making it a home for us kids and putting her own money into improving it and her paying off the mortgage on her own as a single mother while raising 3 teenage children on what would be considered poverty wages today. We grew up in the late 80s, early 90s. He hasn't put a dime into that property since 1988, and yet he somehow feels like he's entitled to take it away from my mother without even caring about the damage it would do to his own children. So, really quickly, this is not your father. This is a monster. This is the devil in human clothing. Like, it sucks that it had to, like, crystallize and become apparent to you in this way, but, like, this guy was always this guy, which can be a hard thing to stomach, I think.
I think what hurts the most is if I was the wife and this is who I married turned out to be.
Can you imagine being this guy's partner now and finding out, wait, you're doing what?
Like weaponizing his own kids to get your house.
Well, and you know how some people have some idea in their head that it's okay to mistreat your kid if they're not your biological kids, like a stepchild or foster child or an adoptive child, which I think is disgusting in its own right, but there are people out there who actually believe that. So for those out there who actually believe that it's okay to mistreat your child if they're not your bio child, I say this. It's not like we're like his stepchildren or foster children or children he adopted or any other random crazy excuse that some people try to use to justify their own abuse of their children. We are his biological flesh and blood, and there's no denying it because we look very similar to him and his family. I don't know. I feel like you kind of have to be a sociopath to do this. You know, like just the remorseless. You don't care the effect that it's going to have on your kids. All you care is that you're going to win and that you're going to get the house.
Would you say narcissist?
A lot of sociopaths are narcissists, yeah. Actually, I think all of them are. But not all narcissists are sociopaths. But all sociopaths are narcissists. I just can't stop thinking what kind of sick lump sues their own kid. There's an update. Let's just get into it. I commented on this down below, but I thought I'd add this update. A lot of people here have said that my sister needed to do her due diligence in examining the business. My sister did examine all of the business records for the last 10 years, and she had a lawyer go over the contract with a fine-tooth comb. It wasn't a matter of her not doing her due diligence. It was a matter of the business records that she was given were very different from the business records that held the actual information necessary. For lack of a better way to say it, he cooked the books, which that is how you say that. And that's also illegal.
Yeah, absolutely. Could you do a countersue?
Yeah, I'm not a lawyer, but I would say that if the business was sold to you with like false accounting information, then yeah, it's probably grounds to completely nullify whatever agreement you guys had to pay for it. Anyway, for those wondering about the outcome, she actually did file a countersuit for him selling her a business that was unviable.
Hire me for any of your business conflicts. You need a lawyer? Hire me.
Riley the lawyer.
Dude, with me and ChatGPT, I can do anything.
So she was able to prove in court that the business was failing before he sold it to her, and that the equipment he sold her was equipment that he had bought 20 years ago and was no longer usable when it came to the technology of today. Also, I was already pretty sure that no jury worth their salt would give him a house that my sister never put a dime in and hadn't lived in for over 25 years, especially when he wasn't going after any of her other assets, and I was right. When they got to the court, my sister told the judge and the jury that she didn't want anything from him in her countersuit. She didn't want money, and she didn't want anything from him but for this to be over. He told the court and the jury, but he just wanted my mother's house in lieu of the $300K my sister owed him for the business.
$300K?
Hey, businesses are expensive, brother.
Dude, you just made her basically bankrupt, and now you're trying to get $300K?
Scumbag University, and the dean of Scumbag University is this frickin' guy. This pathetic excuse of a human being. This sack of rotten vegetables. So, my father lost his lawsuit. My sister won her lawsuit and was given $0 as that's what she was asking for.
Stop being a saint. Get some money out of this, girl.
I would have asked for a little bit of my money back.
Yes, at least.
I think her asking for nothing is part of what made her have a slam dunk case. Because the dad was trying to be like, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, dude, I don't know. I just want this to stop. Can we please make this stop? I don't even want money. So he permanently lost one daughter, and the other one, myself, is seriously questioning whether or not I want to talk to him ever again. Over the last 10 years, I've maintained a relationship with my father, but not because it's what he wanted, but because it's what I wanted. Now I just don't know if that's something I want anymore, which I would hope that you don't want that anymore. I don't know if I want to be around the kind of person that could sue his own child, and there is a second update, but first.
So my okay story time is I have a family member, it's like an uncle. His own kid stole like $80K, probably $100,000 from him, opening up credit cards in his name and like expedited a lot or like exploited a lot of people's finances. The dad had to go through and sue him through this because he didn't want this to happen to another family member where that kid would manipulate another family member. I say, don't be around the dad anymore, because if he's willing to do it to his most hardworking daughter and con her into buying a failing company, you should have nothing to do with that man. You warned him. You go through this, you will never see your grandkid. What do you do? What was that? Oh, I didn't hear anything. Oh, wait, I actually don't even care. Never mind. No, do not be near him. Be done.
You mean you'll stop yapping at me and I get to take your sister's money and I get the house? So, update number 2. First of all, I want to thank everyone for their comments and their concerns, regardless of whether or not I agreed. You took time out of your day, and it's truly appreciated. For those who were wondering, I did try to have a relationship with my father to some extent again after telling him exactly how I felt about what he did, and making it clear to him that those were my feelings and they weren't going to change. Unfortunately, my father is my father, and I ended up not being able to put aside what he had done from who he is. Basically, at the end of the day, what he had done is directly a result of who he is. Dude, thank God you realized that, because he's a trash man and you don't need him around.
And this story's almost over. I wish we had more to read.
It is almost over. And I'm just going to tell you right now, if you don't want it to end, you can go find full episodes with stories like this. All you got to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, and you just got to search OK Storytime. And once you search OK Storytime, you'll have thousands of hours, days upon days worth of listening to do.
I think probably like 3 or 4 months. Solid.
I've stopped talking to him for the time being. Ironically, the thing that got me there was an argument over lettuce. Basically, he wanted to give me lettuce that I would never use, and I repeatedly told him I would never use it, but he kept insisting that I come over and get it. OP, that is a very weird reason for that to be the thing that made you cut off your dad, who scammed your sister out of 6 figures. Anyway, but at the end of the day, I realized basically that at my emotional state right now, even if I wanted to have a relationship with him, I can't, because I'm too angry, hurt, and disgusted by what he did. And he doesn't deserve to have a relationship with you, OP, because he's a scamming piece of crap. I'm a person who used to believe that family was everything, and I don't anymore because of his actions. And that is devastating to me. So I just believe that right now I'm better off not talking to him. I want to thank you again for your kind words and your caring concern. And that is the end of that story. Hopefully you continue to slowly realize oh, there's so much more than the lettuce problem. That really the core issue is that your dad is a scumbag who doesn't value his relationship and his bond with his family and his children, and would rather, at the moment it becomes advantageous to him in any way, throw you under a bus and watch it roll over you. That's what he would rather do. And he'd be like, sick, I'm about to get a fat insurance payment from that bus company. Please don't reconnect with your dad. He would throw you under a literal bus, not metaphorically, really.
My sister's mother-in-law is overbearing. She does not like it when I stand my ground.
I bet you don't, but here I am, standing on that ground.
My sister is married to a man with a stay-at-home mother who has decided that adulthood through middle age is still too early to stop overparenting her children, and is also very opinionated about what everyone else should be doing. She forgot the golden rule in kindergarten Worry about yourself, not what others are doing. Especially when it comes to parenting, because she's wonderful at it, apparently. By the way, this comes from Tatterhood78 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, to keep the peace, people in my family let her get away with it. I do not. This greatly upsets her. Back when our children were in elementary school and before sis and hubby were formally married, we all lived in the same neighborhood. I'd go to my sister's for a visit, and afterward, we'd both walk to the school to pick them up at the end of the day. Mother-in-law insisted on coming too. Sis didn't think it was a hill to die on, so I kept my mouth shut. One day, her overly critical highness decided that she did not like my child's coat, and that we needed to fix that, meaning that I would have to spend my money to buy another coat that met her approval. I love the coat, and also didn't give a crap about her preferences. So I told her there was no need to talk about it. She kept it up constantly for almost a week, because comments like, I don't care if you like it or not, I'm not your kid, and even if I were, I'd still tell you to back off, were too vague for her to get the hint that I wasn't going to be pushed around. I tried ignoring her, tried changing the subjects. She was just fixated. So finally, I turned around and told her flat out I did not give two effing crap loads in space what she liked, and that it was none of her effing business. She got fed up with my stubbornness and advances on me, poking me hard in the chest over and over. I don't care if you're not related to me or not. You are my son's girlfriend's sister, and you will do what I tell you to do.
Yeah, so, hi. Hey, I have a question. Who freaking made you the queen of the whole universe, huh? Dude, if I saw my dad do this to my mom, I'd tackle him through the freaking ground.
I warned her not to make physical contact with me ever again, and she started screaming and sobbing and telling everyone within a 2-mile radius that she was being harassed and threatened just because she was trying to be helpful. I laughed, ha ha ha, and walked on while she was being comforted. An hour later, I had had over 20 calls, texts from people telling me to apologize to her to keep the peace, suggesting strongly that I should go out, buy another coat immediately so that she would not be upset anymore. Even one threatening to cash me outside.
I just might. No, okay, no, I wouldn't do that. It's never a good idea to escalate things into a physical altercation. It's never a good idea. If you're defending somebody, that's one thing. But if you're just going like, no acute situation, you're going, fine, all right, let's go freaking throw down. It's like not a smart thing to do.
My sister has been with her husband for 25 years. So I have tons of stories about this woman. Like one about the time my nephew and nieces couldn't come to my daughter's birthday party because I refused to invite her and my sister's boyfriend's mother's nephew's son. Or the time my baby shower was canceled because I preferred to have my friends as guests instead of my sister's boyfriend's mother's mother-in-law plus sister-in-laws, almost of whom all I've never met.
Yeah, it's like, again, who do you think you are? The queen of the world? Just so I'm supposed to invite everyone that you know now to my thing?
Or the time there was a Royal Rumble elimination style verbal cage match, 1 against 12, because I decided to use my tax refund for dental care instead of a TV. Or the family blow up because I refused to give her half of the bottles of shampoo I had bought at half price.
A lot of weirdly specific things there at the end, and all of them tell me that this woman is a freaking self-absorbed menace of a person. I do want to catch her outside, but at the same time, I want to protect all my lovely babies from, judicial consequences. It might be the right thing to do to catch someone outside, but then you gotta play within the rules of the court.
And the rules of the court is you invite them to your house on your property, and you can properly catch them outside and they be done with. Anyways, updates. Since there seemed to be so much interest in the follow-up of my sister's mother-in-law, who believes that our tenuous relationship makes her an authority over me, and who I may start referring to as Dark Helmet from now on. Here's another story. First post. Disclaimer, the story got a bit more attention than I expected. Blah, 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 blah. For Christmas every year, our extended family tradition is that each small family group does presents/stockings and breakfast with the kids at home. Then we head to grandparents' house for the turkey dinner. Then in the evening, all of these people head to my aunt's house for the big party with all the cousins, plus her partner's side of the family. There are hundreds of us, think of a swarm of locusts. One year, my mother called about a week beforehand to let me know of a change in plans. Instead of heading to my parents' house, we were going to Dark Helmets before the big do. I was not in favor of this arrangement and bowed out gracefully. In the next few days, I underwent one of the biggest psychological ever launched. I was ruining Christmas. It wasn't fair to make them choose between me and Dark Helmet. I was destroying my kids' relationships with family. It was such a small thing. If I didn't do it, I'd be responsible for every bit of evil that exists. Blah, 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 blah. It was relentless, and I buckled on the 23rd when they got to my kids, who told me they really wanted to go. They were relieved and started telling me all about their plans, none of which I cared about. But the highlight was going to be her normally shy husband's performance of his favorite song. Once he'd had a few drinks in him, you'd see I'd be in for a real treat. The day of, we're headed to their place. She was on her best behavior. She only had a problem with the way I cooked the ham I brought, how I'd worn my natural curly hair, with how my outfits always consist of dark colors, with how I was wearing a sweater that showed too much cleavage, even though I'm relatively flat-chested and haven't even met my cleavage, with how I was wearing heels even though I already was so much taller than her, how much more vain I am than she is, and a few more that I've forgotten. So she just shows up and gets attacked.
John, you've been dancing a lot.
I'm going to give you a live demonstration and you're going to see it too.
Show me those hips. Oh, damn. That is a good move. But you know what is also an amazing move?
What is that, Sam?
Becoming an OK Storytime member.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Well, let's get back to the story.
So I'm just curious, why aren't you swinging back verbally at this woman? Where is the counterattack here?
Yeah, one good swing would probably shut her up.
Dude, you could get some good swings in, man.
I had one uncle make fun of me all the time, and then I gave him one good one, and he has never said a word to me again like that. Yeah, it works.
I just wish I could say some of the stuff rattling around in my head about what to say to this woman.
Before the food was an hour away from being ready, Dark Helmet's husband had consumed enough booze that he already felt for the night's entertainment highlight. We all gathered around in the living room. Then he opened his mouth and completely botched the words. He even got the title wrong, and it was the most repeated word in the entire song. Thanks someone singing macaroni instead of macarania.
To be fair, that's hilarious. To be fair, that actually is really funny.
Oh, it's probably like Jingle Bells. He's singing like Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. I politely clapped with the rest of them and headed outside for some fresh air, hoping to avoid being asked for a critique. Dark Helmet cornered me just inside the door when I headed back inside. So what do you think of Jeffrey's performance? It was nice. I'm not familiar with that version he did, but he did a surprisingly good job. That's where I went wrong. What do you mean? That's the only version of the song. The version I heard was,
It was Jingle Bells, not Jingle Balls.
she laughed at me, ha ha, and then went to make fun of me for it with everyone else in the house. How silly I was, trying to correct her husband on a song he's been singing for decades. Hilarious. They thought they got such a kick out of proving me wrong. She kept harping in on it. Then I finally got frustrated enough to throw a caution to the wind. I offered to bring it up on my phone. Guys, she forbade me to use my phone to do a search and bring up the video. Forbade me.
Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Can you imagine that in court where it's just like, and that is my argument as to why my client is innocent. And no, defense, you're not allowed to use, no.
Oh, and here's the evidence.
No looking that up. No, don't look anything up though. Defense, stop it. Defense doesn't get to talk. Good night.
I, of course, did it anyways. And she tried to grab the phone out of my hand?
That's a battery, dude.
We had a legit tussle in the hallway and she started yelling? Everyone came running to see what I had done to set her off. Oh, this is perfect. And guess who did it? It was her. Oh my gosh, I love this. Yes, 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 yes. Because that is the only reasonable conclusion.
Right. And it's something that she did. It's like, wait, why is she the bad apple when it's clearly this other person?
Time out. What? I told him it was time for me to go, and I just wanted to be left alone to gather my things and get my kids ready to go home. This was unacceptable, and then I found myself surrounded by a coven of shrieking harpies, all intended on having their say. Her husband wanted an apology. My sister wanted me to keep the peace. My parents were off on a look what she's done now tangent. Brother-in-law wanted me to show respect to his mother, and his inebriated brother just saw people in confusion and decided to just throw out random loud words in the same direction everyone else was facing. What was that word?
That was confrontation.
Confrontation.
Seems like you have all of the secret techniques of the worst communicators, which is like, just blame it on. Why? She's just trying to look. She's like, no, that's actually not the right lyric. I'll look it up right now. No, you can't. What the hell are you talking about? I can't. Yeah, I can. Watch. I'll do it right now. Grabs phone, starts pulling and yanking. Help! Help! OP's trying to help!
What I was hoping was going to happen was OP would have everyone there and she was going to like confront her in front of everyone. But then she was like, I need to leave. And then everyone started yelling at her. Dude, that was not the climax I was hoping for.
Why do these people so much?
I absolutely know why. Because remember when Moses gave a plague upon the Egyptians and it was like, 7 different things? She's going to bring a plague upon these people if she doesn't get her way. Facts. So that's why everyone's like, please, for the love of God, OP, make her happy. No, make her happy. That's what they're freaking out because they know that if OP sets her off, they're going to have to hear about it. They're going to have to hear about it for days on end. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Is this hitting a little too close? Maybe. Perhaps.
OP, I would just play that song at full volume, whatever that song is.
I managed to get all of my stuff together and got my kids dressed to go. That's when Dark Helmet decided to ban me from the super party later that night. I figured it would be best to skip out anyways, so no big loss. But when the crap went sideways, when she decided that she allowed me to leave while my kids had to stay, they were not going to let me ruin Christmas for my precious babies. They straight up backed me up through the door, then shut it and locked it. And by the way, we will never shut and lock you out just because we're done with a story. We're not done because we have stories just like this on your favorite podcast platforms. Just look up OK Storytime on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to them. We got crazy stories just like this. But holy cow! They just shoved her and put her out in the cold?
I gotta say, if I was a child watching my mother being shoved out of a house against her will, that is not my perfect Christmas. I think all of these people need to be sent, I don't know. They need to be sent to like a different moon. They need to be sent to like the moon of Jupiter. They need to be sent to Titan. They need to go freeze their tiny little shrimps off. It's nonsense, dude. This is nonsense.
I stayed outside on the lawn in 3 feet of snow and negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit weather, negative 34 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes, weighing the pros and cons of calling the cops / trying to get myself from going nuclear.
Good point there. They're literally kidnapping right now, so call the police.
Luckily, a patrol car passed by, so I flagged them down. They went to the door with me so I could collect the kids and head home. No charges necessary. Luckily, I had picked up the fixings for dinner already, so we still managed to have a decent Christmas when we got home, all things considered. Oh, and I got to hear my daughter say, Mommy, I think Dark Helmet is bat bit insane.
You never know. It's like, I bet you the kid heard somebody else in the party being like that, say that, and then the kid probably mimicked it.
But I'm glad the kid knows that, and it's not the, Mom, you ruined Christmas, I'm going to hang out with my cousins. She was weird, and sorry. Anyways, that is the end of that story.